Here we are. Here we are. Okay, we're here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to November the 9th,
The Intact Insurance app is your
Wednesday, November the 9th, the morning after the midterms. Are you surviving it? How's it going? Is it possible that there will be no change whatsoever between the Senate and the House? Could it be that it'll be exactly as it was, just a few changes of personnel here and there, but the numbers are the same? It looks very much like that in a number of ways. I don't know. It's unbelievable. Congratulations, America. I have to commend. I have to commend all Americans. Many Americans, I don't know if they know this, but we love Americans. Those of us who are not Americans, we generally really do like them. We're not fans of your 95-year-old politicians. We're not fans of those guys, but we love Americans. Cheers to all of you. Way to go. The election has been conducted. The voting is being done, and it could well be that there are no changes to the Senate or the House, even though there were predictions for all kinds of stuff going on. I mean, it was just all kinds of stuff. We'll see what happens. If there's a change in the House, it might be by a seat or two. And then good luck to the Republican leadership to keep those guys together. Because if you think the Senate was fun for the Democrats trying to keep Joe Manchin in line and that gal from Arizona, whatever her name is. Just think about the House with these Republicans. You got the Tea Party people, the radical right, the deniers. Oh, McCarthy's going to have a field day trying to keep that House together. That's going to be a nut show. The clown show is about to begin next week. Mr. Will the Orange Boy come in and announce with DeSantis, with the results that DeSantis had in Florida yesterday, which blows my mind that Floridians have gone to this guy as far as they have. But I guess what it is, I guess what it is that a certain demographic of Floridians have decided to go that direction with that guy. And now the question is, does he and his organizers think they can go national with their program? And what about Orange Boy over there? What's he going to do about this? I wonder about Orange Boy. He got his butt handed to him last night. Sorry, but he didn't get the red wave, and all of his candidates didn't win, and it all came together for it. It didn't happen. I have a feeling a lot of Republicans are quietly saying, if he just shut the hell up and go play golf for the rest of his life, we could get on with it. But they won't say it because they're afraid, terrified of this so-called invisible black hand that this guy has, which I don't think he has anymore. But I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not there. Love America, love Americans, but it's amazing what's going on out there. Absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, you have to talk about what happens down south, because what happens in the United States political world has direct implications on business. And it's nothing personal. It's all about business is what we're talking about here. And the Dow right now is down 185 points going into the day. We're down 21 on S&P. We're down 79 on the NASDAQ. We're red across the board. Not like, it's everyone dying to get out of the market. Nothing like that. But yeah, there's some selling coming in here. And I've been calling for a pullback for weeks. And I'm thinking today it might be one of those, well, the election's over. We sell on the news. We bid it up. And we all made a few bucks here, the optimists will say. But now I got to take my money off the table and wait for the final fallout to be announced whenever it's announced. And I'll kind of go from there. I don't know. That light's a little better. Anyway, we'll see how this all plays out. I looked at the Disney. I'm looking at the Disney fallout. Whoa, Disney stock is really getting hammered. Facebook, which is Meta, announcing 11,000 layoffs. That is going to be a tsunami coming to San Jose and that whole area there. There's a tsunami of crap coming that direction. Not good. There's going to be some profound economic implications in California for that. Florida, I don't know if Disney World is going to do a massive layoff thing. I don't know. There might be reorganizations, realignments and adjustments, but they've got to figure that one out, because I think Disney is still in the it's a 9-inning ball game, and I think they're in the 4th inning. They're still dealing with a lot of crap that was handed to them from COVID 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and they're still dealing with the fallout and the shift of movies to streaming and all of this. I mean, Disney is in so many pies. They have their hands in so many pies that a bunch of pies are a problem right now, and so the stock is reflecting that. We shall see. In the meantime, there's more and more talk coming out that interest rates are going higher than they are now. They're going to continue to rise, maybe not at 0.75 of a point per month, but they're going to go up for quite a while yet, like another year or year and a half of rate rises. And then when they get there, they're going to stay there a while. And 2 or 3 years from now, we may begin to see the beginning of a pullback, and the inflation will have to have been beaten down. And I don't think inflation has topped out yet, because in Europe it's over 10%. It's heading to 12-15 in the UK. Europe itself could easily hit 12%. The United States will not escape inflation of at least 10%. Guaranteed it's coming. The only reason America is not yet at 10, 11, and 12% inflation is because the US dollar has done so well against foreign currencies, but that won't last. And the reason is because of politics. We're coming back to politics again. The bond markets around the world and the bond traders around the world are going to be looking at the US economy, and then they're going to look at the US deficit, and they're going to look at the US House, Senate, White House, and they're going to cross their arms, and they're going to watch the show that's going to happen, the clown show, because everyone wants to run for president now. Democrats are going to try to tell Biden, don't run. The Republicans are going to try to tell Orange Boy, don't run. Everyone's going to wonder who's going to be in the lead and all this stuff. And nobody is going to be in the mood to negotiate and cooperate with the federal deficit and spending programs. And so the United States government will be on the precipice of a shutdown for the next 2 years. There will be continuing resolutions that will last a month or 2 or 3 to pass the budget, to borrow enough money to not go bankrupt on a quarterly basis or so for the next 2 years. Complete uncertainty, which means the US dollar is going to start dropping against foreign currencies, which means inflation is going to be higher in America, which means the Republicans are going to blame the Democrats for high inflation. The Democrats are going to blame the Republicans for high inflation and uncertainty, and on goes the clown show. The clown show is here, and it's now going to be amplified for the next 2 years. And if you don't like it, go somewhere else, because you're going to be in the middle of this, and this market is going to be a real uncertain place to be for investors. It's not good. There's going to be layoffs accelerating, and people are going, well, if the Orange Boy guys take over the party, if they are still in charge, you got that whole crap show. If you've got DeSantis and his newbies coming in, which most America don't understand what this guy's about, that's going to be a shocker. And then you've got on the Democratic side, Biden, who might decide to run, but he might say, I'm not going to run. And now that's a wide open field. What about, who's going to take over for the Democrats? Who's going to be the leading guy? Is it going to be Newsom against DeSantis for the presidency of the United States? There's only one good thing about DeSantis and Newsom going at it. Both of them are under 60. There's that. They're not ancients. They're not 80-somethings. That would be a good thing. If the vice presidential nominees for each one were in their 40s or 50s, that would be better. But I can tell you that from what I hear and what I see and whatever, Americans are so frustrated by these ancient 80 and 90-year-olds that won't go away. And they keep getting reelected. Grassley got reelected in, was it Iowa? Rob Johnson in Wisconsin trying to hang on, said he wouldn't run, changed his mind. He's running, lied, and is going to be reelected perhaps. Here we go. So much fun. It's unbelievable. So this will affect the bond market. This will affect the stock market. This is going to affect international investment. This is going to affect the US dollar. And the effect is negative. It is not a positive, happy, sing kumbaya by the campfire kind of stuff. It is nasty. And it's going to be people walking with their dollars. They're going to walk elsewhere with their dough because electronic transfer, you're out. And now the question is, do you go to the Swiss franc? Do you go to the euro, to the pound? Do you do a combination? Do you start doing hedge bets against the American dollar? That might be being done already by all kinds of institutions. And for the American public, you get 10, 12% inflation rates in America. Interest rates are going to 8, 10%. Mortgage rates will go to 13, 14%. Count on it. Car loans will be 12 to 15% or higher. This is going to crush a huge sector of the American economy, and it's going to mean that companies are going to report stuff like Company X said sales were up, sales figures, revenues were up 16%. You'd think, oh, wow, the stock's going to go crazy. 16% more money coming in the front door for this company. Yeah, but expenses were up 18%. Or margins shrunk by 20%. So we're selling more, we're bringing more dollars in. We're selling fewer items, and our margins are thinner. We're making less money net than before, and at inflation adjusted, we are getting our butts handed to us. That is what's coming, and that means markets go substantially lower because you're not going to trade at a high PE multiple with that kind of environment. You're going to have to trade at a much lower PE multiple, and we could be looking at another 35% drop in the markets, 40%. Unthinkable. Unthinkable numbers from here, not from the high all time, from here. So that the final number, when you talk about the Dow having hit its all-time high last fall and where the Dow will ultimately end up, we might be actually here and we're headed to here. And that last gap is complete carnage for a lot of middle-class Americans. The wealthy will survive. They'll still be wealthy. They'll be wealthier than everybody else, but maybe not as wealthy at one time, but they'll still be wealthy. But the upper middle class and the middle class will be completely crushed when it comes to standard of living calculations and losses. It's going to be massive. Option writers, those who are writing stock options and continue to bring income in from their portfolios, are going to have a field day because they don't have to fear an upside run. And even if there is one, it will be to their benefit because a stock wants to go up, you do rollovers and just keep on going. But I just do not see the market going higher like people were expecting over the next few years. I think the markets are under tremendous pressure, and inflation and higher interest rates will guarantee carnage for a lot of very heavily leveraged entities out there. The other thing too is we've heard all the time that corporate America is well positioned. Corporate America raised a lot of money in the last 10 years at nothing interest rates, virtually zero interest rates, and so America corporations are in good financial condition. Yeah, that might be the top 50 firms in the country. Yeah, maybe the top 100, maybe, but the other 25,000 of note. And then hundreds of thousands of small businesses or millions. No, they're not. This is going to be carnage from the bottom up rather from the top down. We're already seeing from the top problems, hiring freezes by major corporations, lower hiring expectations for even the holiday season. Facebook today, 11,000 positions and so on. We're seeing some of that. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We really are seeing it at the lower end level. Now, for jobs, jobs, jobs. Here's the good news. If you're educated, post-secondary educated, that means if you're young, if you're under 35 and you have a college degree and that kind of stuff, you're going to find work. If you are 35 to 50 and you have a track record of being a great employee and you're experienced in your field, whether you're a licensed professional in a trade or whether you're a proven employee for corporate America, you're going to be okay. But you're going to have to make adjustments, and you may make the adjustments willingly rather than reluctantly. And those adjustments are what we've already been going through: working from home, working as an independent contractor, not necessarily looking for another job in the same hometown in another office building. Many of you out there are going to be able to do the work you've been doing remotely for corporations not in your hometown, not in your state, might not even be in your country. Some of you will find that going forward in the next few years, you're working for companies you never knew existed, never heard of them before, based in places that you'd never thought you'd be doing anything for, and making more money than you ever thought possible. That's the shocker of it. And you're not commuting. You don't have to hire daycare to look after your kids all the time. You might be able to work a flexible schedule that works for you. It's a life changer. The higher end people, the folks, the top 5%ers, they will become independent. If they're let go, if they're unemployed, they will become independent contractors, hiring people under them through their own little networks, whether it's in an actual physical office or whether it's virtual. The world is completely changing out. A bunch of you here have already made the changes in your lives. You've taken my lessons on how to write stock options, how they work. You're doing it now. You've been hauling an income, and you've walked away from your cubicle job or whatever job you had from whoever you used to work for, or some of you have gone from full-time to part-time gigs and doing option work on the side, and you're in transition, and you've embraced it, and you're making it work for you. Fair enough. Congratulations to all of you out there. If you're in the lower middle class and you don't have skills, you don't have a licensed skill, you're a minimum wage type worker, or you were able to get a job where you were kind of earning double the minimum wage, but you're not in management. You were never going to get there because you don't have the degree or the connections, or you're in a family company and you're not the son and the daughter, and you're not the daughter-in-law, your son-in-law. You're not related to the top people. You're just an employee. You're expendable. Those of you are going to be dumped. But at the moment, plenty of jobs still to go around to find something else. Because America is completely screwed up on the immigration side of things, and has been for 20 plus years, and there are still no solutions in front of the electorate that they want, it's still a complete mishmash. The good news is a lot of people have been forbidden to come into America to work. They just can't get through. They can't get through the paperwork. They can't get through the approval process. The so-called quota numbers are so low. Corporate America is just screaming at the government, you got to let in, this class of visa people in who have these skills. We have jobs for them, and you can't get it done. Because of all of that, Americans have no trouble finding work, generally speaking, depending on regions and towns and cities and skill levels. But all in all, you want a job, you could probably find a job. You might not like the job, you might not like the company, you might not like the pay rate, but there's work out there. That's the only good news. But I don't think it's a positive for corporations out there where they know that we're hiring people to work for us, but boy, they don't want to be here. They really don't want this job, and that means that the minute it gets better somewhere else, they're out of here. And so corporate America has to pay more for people than they want to, because there's a lack of supply, and the best of the best costs double what they're willing to pay. And maybe they can't pay it because they don't have the margins, or they don't want to pay it because it means that the top 5% of the guys at the top, the guys and girls up here, have to give something up, and they're so greedy, and they've decided, hey, I put in my 25 years, I've made it to the top, I'm not taking a 10% pay cut. Let's lay off people at the bottom. And it is the way it is right now. It might be forced. It might well be that certain corporations out there are going to say, we have to let go 20% of our top echelon people. We have to let them go because we've got to hire more on the bottom end. We've got to pay them more. And that means we're going to have to make adjustments that we really wouldn't want to make, but we're going to make it for the betterment of the corporation. That is a minority view. That is not the majority view. But if you're a publicly traded company, you're under unbearable pressure to get results. If you're a family-owned private organization, you can do it any way you want. And corporations will go through every trick in the book to try to find a way to make it pay and make it work. And if they can, in theory, unload 1,000 employees and replace them with 800 people on a contract basis, they'll play that game. If they can unload 1,000 people from a company and turn around and hire 450 people on a contract basis remotely, where they don't have retirement benefits to pay, unemployment insurance to pay, healthcare benefits to offer, all these other benefits to offer, they might play that game and go, you know what, we're just as productive with 450 people that we were with 1,000. We're going to do this over a larger swath of the corporation. They'll pull every rabbit out of the hat they can to keep the gross number coming in, the margins coming in, and the net profit coming in, so that the owners, the top 10%, top 5%, will reap the majority of the rewards and have that private jet at their beck and call to go to Indianapolis 500 and Kentucky Derby and go to Wimbledon and have the chateau in France. So whatever. We're talking high end here. They don't want to give it up. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Last night's votes changed nothing. Last night's election changed nothing on many, many fronts, but did shock some people who were convinced that with a Democratic president so low in the polls, this is going to be a cakewalk. The red wave will take over everything and it'll be a piece of cake. And surprise, 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 a whole bunch of folks showed up at the polls that the red people didn't think would happen, and negated the wave. And that's where we're at. It's amazing. There's anger out there. There's frustration out there. We can feel that. We all know that. Now we'll see how this market reacts to everything. We're down 119 on the Dow with 34 minutes to go. Down 120, 13-point drop on S&P, 51 on NASDAQ. We're not even a half a percentage point off. Third of a point is what we got. So far, very quiet. Oil is down 47 cents a barrel. It was worse this morning, worse than that. Don't be surprised if in the next couple of months, while the Democrats still have the Senate and they still have the House, that they will attempt to put through funding for Ukraine on a massive scale. Because after January, whatever the date is when the shift is done, the old politicians are out, the new ones are in, it might be absolutely impossible to raise money for Ukraine because of the inter-squabbling that's going on. But it could well be that enough will be raised and committed to Ukraine to last another 2 years till the next presidential cycle. We'll find out about that. Russia's watching with great interest. Will America be able to keep funding Ukraine with capital and weaponry? Because the Russians are just biding their time right now through winter and hoping that the Ukrainians run out of bullets, run out of momentum, and then in the spring they can launch their next offensive and go after them. We'll find out about all that. What else? The housing market, no happy days coming from the housing market. I want to tell you this. This occurred to me this morning, and I haven't mentioned this little story to you guys, but I thought I'd mention this one to you today. A little bit of history for you. And some of you might be in the position today that I was in back in 1977, 78. Yeah, this might resonate with some of you folks. First of all, back in the 70s, from 70 to 76, 77, every year the economy was in more trouble, and unemployment rates were rising. They'd come down, but then they'd go higher, and they'd come down, but they'd go higher, and they'd come down. And factories were closing everywhere, and that was accelerating. The so-called Rust Belt started to show up in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, New York, Pennsylvania. The Northeast was decimated. Ontario in Canada, decimated with factories that were being shut down everywhere. Union members through the 70s were struggling to hang on to their positions. Like, just companies were letting people go because they just were going under. So a lot of union jobs disappeared. Union contracts were contentious because of the high cost of living. Inflation was rising. Interest rates were rising. It got worse and worse and worse. By the time I turned 21, 22, by the time I became a, quote, adult, back in those days, I finished my college education. I did 3 years of watchmaking for my college degree. I was 22. I was 22. Now, buddies of mine, people I knew that went to university, they graduated when they were 23, 24, and 25. And so in that early 20s, back in the day, in the 70s, up to about age 25, you were pretty well done your education, post-secondary and all that. And you now went out and got jobs. And you're now adults, you get your own place, hang out with live with your girlfriend or whatever. And some of the eager beavers started having kids at 21, 22. I thought you're out of your mind to have a child at age 21 in 1976, but they did. And away went, here we go with life, right? Another chapter in our lives. I'm looking at, as an adult, looking at the world that I'm in at that time. And what do I see? I see interest rates for prime interest rate. Like, if you're a top-notch borrower, you go to your banker, you have a real good relationship with your loans officer, you and your loans officer get along really well, and you want to borrow $10,000 to improve your rec room or something like that, or put an addition on, build a garage in your backyard for your house, whatever. Your loans officer and you were on the same page. You're a great lender. We love your business, and you have a good steady job, and you're going to be a client of ours forever and ever. And we're going to be your banker of choice forever and ever. And people were getting loans, prime interest rate loans of 12 to 14% when I was turning into an adult. Mortgages were 11 to 13%, kind of. Car loans, if you were a so-so borrower, 14%. Credit cards were 24, 25%. That was normal. Inflation was 12, 14%. Just, every month, 1% more expensive for everything. And people were getting raises. The postal union would go on strike every 3 years, and they would get 8% a year, 10% a year raises on top. So they get 8%, then another 8% on top of that, and then another 8% on top of that, compounded. And so they were trying to stay up with inflation as best they could. And the steel workers would go on strike, and the car workers would go on strike, and then they wouldn't. And the beer guys went on strike. And it was just normal, complete economic turmoil everywhere you looked. And unemployment was high, inflation was high, interest rates were high, and that was normal. And I saw that through my early 20s to my mid-20s, right to about 1983, 84, somewhere in that range, when the fight on inflation was taken seriously by governments and business. And interest rates went sky high. They went up to like 17 to 20%. Mortgages were as high as 18%. And that crushed a good chunk of inflation. And now corporations were negotiating pay raises of 6% a year instead of 10% a year. Then 2-3 years later, the new employment contract would be 4.5% to 5% pay raises, and then the next 3 years later, it was like 4 to 5% or 3.5 to 4.5%. It just started to come down and come down. And I remember how relatives, friends, and associates, coworkers were saying to me, "Did you hear that the latest? My brother-in-law is selling their old house and getting another house, and they were offered a mortgage at 9.5%. Wow, that is so cheap." And I remember mortgages breaking 10%, and this was a huge, big news, big deal that you didn't have to pay 12, 14% interest anymore on a mortgage. You could get a house for 9.75%. And banks and mortgage companies were advertising this on television and in the newspapers and everywhere else. You were bombarded with ads, billboards, 9.75% mortgage. And we thought, oh my, this is fantastic. This is huge. This is a wonderful thing. We were so used to being crushed at 14 to 18% on everything that we were astounded that rates would break 10%. We'd never seen it as an adult. We're now in our 30s. And by the time it was 1990 to 95, we began to see mortgages in the 8 to 9% neighborhood, 7.5 to 8.5, 9% neighborhood. Still, that was astounding. Then in the 2000s, after 9/11 and before the crash of 8-9, we saw mortgages down into the 5, 6, 7% range. Then after the meltdown of 08-09, when it went really parabolically stupid, all that came along and the quantitative easing really kicked in. That is when we saw mortgages for a decade or longer of between 2 and 4% for mortgages. And today, the shock is now being expressed by people in the last few months. Oh my God, mortgages are 7%. I can't believe it. This is unsustainable. Because there have been people who've been adults now from age 25 to 35 to 40 who have never seen a mortgage rate over 4.5%. Never seen one before, never heard of one before. And now they're seeing 7% mortgage rates. And I'm telling you guys, as your old pal, 67 years old, telling you kids out there who are under 50, guys, girls, 7% is a nothing burger. You want to see high interest rates on mortgages, hold on. You're going to see 12 to 15% within the next year or two, the way this is going. If this is going the way I think it's going to go, and interest rate and the US dollar is going to start losing ground against other currencies just to normalize, inflation is going to run up to 9, 10, 12% in America and Canada. It's going to be 15% in Europe. You're going to start to see mortgages at 8, 10, 12, 14% to combat and be competitive with inflation. It's nothing personal. It's not a Democratic thing. It's not a Republican thing. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. It will make no difference. Who runs the Senate makes no difference. Who runs the Congress will make no difference. The interest rates will be the interest rates. The inflation rate will be the inflation rate, no matter who runs who, what, where, and how. And you're going to see mortgage rates back where we were in the 80s. And many of you are going to go, how is it sustainable? How can we afford a 12% mortgage? That means if our mortgage is $400,000, we pay $4,000 a month. It's 1% is your payment. If interest rates are 12% on your mortgage and you have a $400,000 mortgage, it's $4,000 a month. You got a $350,000 mortgage, $3,500 a month. You got a $600,000 mortgage, $6,000 a month. Can you pay that after tax? Do you know friends of yours, relatives of yours, associates that would have this kind of overhead in front of them? Can they handle it? Could they actually handle that in the next, say, 2 years from now, a year from now, for a 5-year lockup? This is the new normal that might be coming your way. This is how serious it is. This is why the Fed won't back off. There is no easing coming up. The Fed will never go back to the quantitative easing program we've had for the last 10, 15 years. Those days are over. It is completely gone. And America now is borrowing money at higher interest rates every week as they issue new bonds. because the United States government has to buy back bonds that they issued 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Those bonds have to be paid off now. They've come up and they will be rolled over into new bonds going forward, plus whatever money the United States government needs to fund its deficit, which will not ever go away. And so going forward, America will keep borrowing more, as does Canada, as does Britain, as does other countries that are in a deficit position. And the rates will be higher. And it's going to get to the point shortly that 25-year bonds are going to be rolled over that America only had to pay 2% interest on for 25 years. American bonds that were only issued at 2% interest, 2.5% interest, 3% interest, those bonds will all mature out in the next 5-10 years. And they will be replaced with new bonds that will be issued by the United States government at 8, 10, 11, 12%. And there's the crunch coming. There is the crisis that economists don't want to talk about. No politician will ever mention it. No one running for office will ever mention this to you. This is going to become the shock of the next 5 to 10 years, where Canadians and Americans and Brits and others will go, oh my God, those cheap interest rate bonds are maturing and we have to roll them over. And we now have to roll them over at current rates. It used to be back in the 2005 range, the 1980 bonds came up. The old 25-year bonds from 1980 that were paying 15% interest, 12% interest, they would come up for a payoff, and the American government would borrow money at 3%, 4% to pay off 14% bonds, to replace them with from 14% to 4% interest. Those were good years. That was a nice decade. That's over. It's all over now. And people who want money from their money are quite rightly saying, hey, I can buy IBM stock at $140 a share and get a 5% yield. Why should I give America any of my money for 2% a year? I'd rather invest in IBM and get my 5% yield. I can buy other stocks that yield higher, or I can buy bonds in corporate America or corporate Canada or corporate wherever and get a far higher yield on my money than from a government bond. I'm not going to buy government bonds. Well, the only reason that government bonds were so cheap was because the biggest buyer of the government bonds was the Federal Reserve itself, the United States Treasury, the United States Federal Reserve, printing money to buy its own bonds. It's all artificial. These now have to be rolled over as well. And this is going to get tricky because quantitative easing has been around for over a decade and longer. And so right now, 5 and 10-year bonds that are maturing were part of the quantitative easing crowd. They have to be re-rolled. They have to be rolled over at the current rates, which are higher. The Federal Reserve is now losing money on its bond portfolio. And there's $10 trillion in the Federal Reserve bond portfolio, and they have to unload that over the next 10 years. That's what they'd like to do. They'd like to get it down to about $5 trillion in the next 5 to 7 years if they can, and then the remainder for the next 5-7 years. That means a whole bunch of debt is coming into the market that can't absorb it because money is disappearing. Easy money is gone. This is the problem here. As an option writer, you couldn't be in a better position. But politically, there is no politician with the answer. There's no politician that will admit the problem even exists because nobody gets a vote from anybody when they admit this. This is going to be the hard economic reality that is coming to this market and coming to our bond markets and coming to our stock markets. And it's going to add pressure to a recession and or depression if you want to go any further than that. We'll find out, kids, just how bad this is going to get. I'm just an old guy sitting in front of a computer in a friend's house. I'm homeless, trying to go to Palm Desert for the winter to get away from a blizzard that's outside. Right now, just to tell you what the hardship is for me, it's 11 below Fahrenheit right now outside my friend's window, just over here. It's 11 below Fahrenheit. It's 71 Fahrenheit inside this house. It's an 82-degree difference between this pane of glass and me. I want out of here. I want to go south where it's at least 60, 65, 70 degrees. But when I get down there, I'll be renting something. I won't be buying anything. I'm just going to be renting something and hanging out for the winter. And hopefully do a meet and greet with some of the greatest viewers ever created on the face of the earth. Thank you all so very much. Many of you members here would love to get together with us. Can't wait to see you. But I got to tell you, kids, it's not looking good. Economically, it's not looking so nice. The markets today are not reflecting what I'm telling you about that's coming to a neighborhood near you. Economic Armageddon is on its way. I hope it's not that bad. I hope it's moderated. I hope it's over a longer period of time and it won't be as nasty. But you know what I saw in the last 2 months, and I tried to tell you about it in the last 2 months. Many of you remember this. In the last 6-8 weeks, you and I together witnessed the British economy almost collapse in 3 days. We saw the British pound that had been trading at 131 to the US dollar, unshakable support at 130. I mean, you couldn't break the pound under 130. And it did. It plummeted down to the 120s very quickly, low 120s, then hit the 115, 112 range very quickly after that. And in 2 days, the British pound went down to 103 because pension funds in the United Kingdom had cash calls that they never get. Pension funds don't get cash calls, but they did. They got cash calls because their leverage was completely destroyed as the pound just completely collapsed out and interest rates went up. And the Bank of England had to step in to save the British pound, the British pension system, the British banking system, and with all of that combined, the British economy was salvaged by the Bank of England because the rest of the world allowed the Bank of England to print extra pounds to buy up bonds, and they went along with it. Because the rest of the world's economies decided the sixth largest economy in the world is not going to collapse on our watch. We're going to bail it out. We're going to help them do what they need to do to take care of business, get rid of the speculators, stabilize that market a little bit. And of course, the price that had to be paid was another prime minister had to be kicked out and another one had to be brought in. The very guy that had been defeated by the first prime minister that knocked Johnson out was the finance minister. He was brought back to become the prime minister to stabilize everything. It's incredible, the irony of it all. And here we are today, a month and a half later, no one talks about it anymore. No one is talking about it on CNBC or any of the networks because that's yesterday's news and that's not important anymore. Oh, but it is, because now we're beginning to see the unraveling of the Chinese economy, the second largest in the world. And I'm asking myself, just how motivated are Western-leaning countries, the other G10s, to help China bail themselves out of an economic mess that they're in? Because what is China's answer to their economic problems? It's America's fault. It's America doing this. It's those democracy-loving people in the United States that they're the source of all our problems. The fact that Chinese people will not pay mortgages on buildings that haven't been built yet, that's America's fault, you see. Quite amazing. In the meantime, the Chinese are trying to get you to come back to Hong Kong. Come to Hong Kong. We'd love to have you. We miss you. You want to go to Hong Kong? Really? I don't want to go to Hong Kong. No, thank you. I don't need any restrictions on my thoughts over there. God help any American that is with an organization that is quasi-governmental. You might be brought in for questioning. I have no idea how safe it is over there. I would not trust those guys with a 20-foot cattle prod. They've already got police stations set up in Western countries to chase down their nationals. There are Chinese people in Canada, the US, Europe, who are being pursued by secret police officers of China and being told you have to come home because you've committed a crime and you have to stand trial for it. If you don't come home, we're going to arrest your mother and your father. We're going to arrest your brothers and your sisters. We're going to arrest your nieces and nephews, and they will all be held as collateral until you come back to this country and face crimes that you've committed. Going, what crimes are those? Well, the kind of thoughts you have here in the United States are contrary to our national interest, and those are crimes in China. See, so what you think in America or in Canada or in Europe is a Chinese crime in China, and therefore you're going to have to stand trial for that. Good luck in winning your case, even finding a lawyer to defend you. They're trying to get people to go to the airport, fly back to China, and face consequences. Yeah, because they don't want them talking here about what's happening back there. Can you imagine if I went to Hong Kong right now? I'd be given the golden escort, I'm sure. I'm not going to Hong Kong. Who else would in their right mind go to Hong Kong? Any journalist would be out of their minds to go to Hong Kong right now. I mean, they're leaving. I think the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, just announced last week they're closing their Beijing offices. The Canadian television company, national broadcaster for Canada, are leaving China, completely leaving China, not just Hong Kong, out. They can't get visas approved because they're labeled as spies. The Chinese consider journalists to be spies, anti-Chinese. This is the game that's being played over there. How eager are Western bankers and Western investors willing to put money into China with this background going on? What blows my mind and what disappoints me to no end, again, I'm not trying to be anti-American here, but what really upsets me is how many American bankers, investment bankers, and Canadian entities, financial entities, do business in China and have strong operations over there, huge business operations over there. Jamie Dimon is over there all the time, and he talks like a pussycat when he's over there. He's just a meek little pussycat when he's over in China. He's his bombastic self over here, but when he's over there, he's apologizing to those people. I don't know why that guy is even over there. I know why. I mean, it's money. It's money. It's business. It's nothing personal. But you know what? You're either for us or you're against us. That's my attitude on it. And you do business with those morons over there. You're tipping your hand to me that you'd rather support those guys than build your business domestically, where your investors really are. But hey. I'm not that guy, and I can't tell him what to do. He has to do it for himself, and it's his own conscience. And the board of directors of these companies have to decide for themselves how much they want to support communism and how much they want to support the Chinese regime and all that crap. Totally up to you. You have to live with yourself. You look in the mirror and figure it out for yourself. Some of these guys, though, do look into some very nice, expensive mirrors. So, when you're on your Gulfstream 700 or whatever it is, and you're flying to China in a lap of luxury, and you're staying in hotels in the lap of luxury, and you're being wined and dined in the lap of luxury, you help the communist government raise money and make it work for them, so that they can do what they do, which is, build the world's largest military, which is going to go up against the United States military sooner or later. You can look yourself in the mirror and decide whether you're truly a patriot or you sold out. What can I say? I think they sold out, but that's just me. Anyway, there you have it, folks. Fun times, never a dull moment. 8 minutes to go until we start trading. And it's the day after. It's the morning after, and we might possibly not have any changes at all in the U.S. government. I can't believe it, but it's that close. There might not be any changes whatsoever. But the markets are off this morning because I think there's a relief by some that it didn't go all red. There's a relief by others that it is the way it is. But I have a feeling that there are a lot of people out there going, I think I'm going to turn my attention now onto economic situations rather than political. And I don't like what I see on the economic side of things. And if there is a change in Congress, not the Senate, we are dead in the water with government funding and government anything. We're dead in the water with any progress on infrastructure. We're dead in the water on a lot of business-related things. And this market may want to dump 5,000 points off the top over the next month or two, going into January. Because you got tax loss selling that's going to accelerate. You got people going, I don't want to be long in January like last year. I got sucked in last year. I bought into the high of the year last November, and I paid the price in February, March. I got hosed and cracked. I got crushed. I already see corporate America backing off. I see Facebook laying off. I see others not hiring, putting on hiring freezes. I'm walking for the door. The election has come and gone. There is no clear direction. I'm out of here. And I think that's what's happening from an international point of view, because they have that view, the bigger view of America, whereas within America, people have this view. They are walking with blinders on to see what they want to see. But the markets are lower, but only by maybe half a point. But we may have a pretty bad couple of months coming up here. But that's this old man's opinion. What do I know? I'm just from the 70s. So you don't want to listen to me. You want to listen to your own mind and your own friends, and you want to listen to your favorite politicians because they would never lie to you. They're your best buds. You want to listen to those guys. God bless everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks for tolerating me again today. It's what I do. If I get you thinking, I'm happy to get you thinking. 127 thumbs up. So there's a reflection right there of what people think of my rant this morning. Because if you loved my rant, I'd have 220 thumbs ups right now. But right now I've got 126 because the reality is most of the viewers of this channel are from the United States. And a lot of my American viewers would rather I don't talk about politics. Unfortunately, the rest of the world is affected by America's politics. And so we have every right to talk about our money and our investment objectives and strategies. And if it upsets certain people because they just don't want to hear someone else's opinion, it's okay. It's all good with me. But you know what? I got to do what I got to do, and everyone else has to do what they have to do. 135 thumbs ups are here now. We need 65 more to get to 200. Hopefully, we'll hit it somehow this morning. There are a few folks here watching, 294, which I appreciate. We are 2, 3, 4 minutes away from opening. Thank you for being here this morning. If you can hit the thumbs up button, you're willing to hit the thumbs up button, please do. I would appreciate it. It would all help. I'm just noticing Cyxtera headline coming across, price target cut to $3 from $14. Well, gee whiz, UBS, where the hell have you been the last 6 months? The Cyxtera stock has been trading down here now for months. Did you just come out of a hole somewhere? Where have you been? It blows my mind how Wall Street analysts are so incompetent when it comes to these rankings and price target rankings. It just blows my mind. From 14 to 3, the stock's at 289. We've been here for months. There's too much money in Wall Street paying too many idiots. I think that's it. There's just too much money in Wall Street, and they can afford to pay morons like that analyst to make that kind of a call. I mean, geez, why weren't you at a $5 target 2 months ago already, 3 months ago? Why weren't you at 8 4 months ago? You should have been ahead on this 14 to 3. What a brilliant mind that is. I bet you that's a university graduate. That person probably proudly brags that they're a graduate of a certain business school. I tell you, a waste of a degree, a waste of a diploma, because this individual is out of touch with reality. But hey, you pay the tuition, and maybe that's how they got the passing grade. Maybe they made a donation to the cause. I don't know. I can't explain stupid. I can only highlight it, and there you have it. Nick says, I am the number 150 thumbs up for your channel. Thank you all for coming in here. Those of you who are coming in for a thumbs up, I appreciate it. I see 156 now, 44 to go to get to 200. We've got 2 minutes to go before we open. Would love to get as close to 200 as humanly possible before we start trading today. Thank you all for the support and the encouragement to just keep ranting and raving about what I think is going on. Thank you all for being here. I hope you are going to make a ton of money today. I hope that you're going to do very well with your option writing. 24.40 on GameStop. We're down 74 cents. And we're down 74 right now to 24.40. The question is, will GameStop even break 24 and break down into the 23.50 range? That will be interesting. A lot of you have options written that are 25s, 26s, 27s, and 28s, and so on. And you're all sitting on out-of-the-money calls that are quickly dropping off in value. And if you have the opportunity to do rollovers or roll downs, fantastic stuff. Keep raising cash and getting into a higher cash position. Thank you all for your support of me being subscribers. Those of you who are members of this channel, you guys are the backbone keeping us on the air. The members of this channel make sure that I'm still here day in, day out. Without memberships, this channel would not have an economic reason to be here whatsoever. We do not have the views on YouTube that generate anything from ad revenues that keep me alive. There's no dang way I would be working as hard as I'm working and putting in as many shows as I'm putting in with the ad revenue from YouTube. I mean, it's laughable. It is purely, the only reason I'm here is purely because of the members of this channel. If you're a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member or you're a Gold Bagel member, thank you for your support. 163 thumbs ups. Larry has rung the bells. We're up and we're running. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. We've gone member only on chat now because markets are open, and that's what we like to do, is talk to members, and you can ask me whatever you want about your positions and options and your thoughts and my opinion and whatever. Thank you all for following me today. Larry says, JR, Bama Babe says, thank you, Larry. And here comes the dump, says JR. TJ, the credit savage of Wall Street. Hey, I resemble that comment. Mirko says, I am number 164, Bruce, from Germany. We have a high number of viewers from Germany, from the UK, from the Netherlands. We have viewers from around the world. It is incredible. Israel. We have viewers from South America. We have viewers here from the Caribbean, Canada, the USA, everywhere. Down under. It is awesome. I thank you all so much from around the world. Those of you who watch and are members of this channel. There are truly members that are global here, and I love you for it. 293 viewers are here right now. Thank you. We have 167 thumbs ups. Thank you. We're just opening up what's going with the markets here, so we'll keep an eye on that. Let me fire up my good old phone and my big ass iPad, and we'll keep an eye on our favorites and see just what is going on this morning. 24.29 on GameStop, down 85 cents. We touched 24.05 already. So there you go. The Dow's off 197 under some selling pressure. No surprise there. We've got S&P down 26. We got NASDAQ down 95 points. We're approaching 1% drop on NASDAQ, 0.68% on S&P, 0.6 on Dow. The oil market down 116 a barrel. Disney is getting crushed today. They're not doing well. Just Disney alone represents 55 Dow point drop. Just Disney, just to give you an idea, the power. Okay, Uncle Bruce, Constantine, January 2025, $10 strike, 18.25 price. Technically, what level does it have to reach for you to not be able to write a poor man covered call on it anymore? Of course, you will buy back, but just understand, thank you. I have the class right on Constantine. Okay, so a January 2025 $10 strike. Right now, that contract has a value, a book value of $14.80. $18.26. And so trading at 18.25, it is not recommended by me to have you guys buy it at that price. That's too high a price to pay for a contract worth $14 in book value. That would be a 15.50 price max to be the 90-10 rule I like talking about. However, this $10 strike, you can write against it all you want. You can write calls that are a week away, a month away, five months away. You can write whatever calls you want on it to bring income in. If you own this call, if any, and I know a number of you do own this call, you have GameStop January 2025 calls. Again, I think these are GameStop calls. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't say, but I'm going to say it is. A lot of you have this call in that $15, $16 neighborhood. And if you're bringing in $3, $4, $5 in premiums to write December to January calls, I say good for you, because that's about a quarter of your money already back in your hand. Writing an out of the money call option, sweet move. That's the way to do it. All right, let's keep going. I hope I answered that question all right. Slayer, rock on and have a successful day, everybody. JR, Uncle Bruce, I have a Rugman theme song waiting here. Do you have any Uncle Bruce video available to go with it? Rugman music video. Well, if you can send me the song through my email, through some attachment, maybe I can put something together if I can find a minute or an hour of my time. Let's see, Mr. Premium, my 24 strike GameStop cash secured puts might be at risk. I'm folding my arms. Yes, the lower the stock goes, the higher the odds are that you'll be exercised. But then again, you did get that premium up front, so you're paying less than $24 for it if you had to buy it. Credit Savage, Uncle Bruce, I sold a Roblox $30 January 2024 covered call. I got $23 in premium for it on a run-up. They just had earnings and numbers were not great, so the stock has fallen almost $12, and I'm loving it. Stink bid deployed. Well done. I don't follow Roblox here. I never quote it, but it's great to hear. The teachings of this channel are helping a number of you, to make money on stocks that I don't talk about very often. Way to go, everybody. Mirko, Uncle Bruce, I hit the thumbs ups always after you switch to members only. Most times the first hour just listening because I can't read the great comments. It's a clown show. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. No problem, Mirko. I love it. I'm glad you're here. Splair, looks like a good buyback day. Deuce Caboose, reverse stock split incoming on SoFi. I don't know. Larry, Friday is Veterans Day, but markets are still open, I guess. DQ, Deuce lives. Good to see you, Deuce Caboose. Triple G, just bought back my 3 December 16, $6 SoFi calls I sold to open. I sold them at 33. I bought them back at 16 cents, $51 on a trade I rose last Friday. How about that? Triple G, only my second time writing, and I'm making money. That's a nice return on your dough. Z Estate, Uncle Bruce, many months ago, I sold 12 GameStop contracts expiring December 16th with a $35 strike for $3.50. I have a stink bid in to buy at $1. Yes, indeed. Scoop those back and then turn around and write 30s, maybe even 28s, and bring in a lot more money. It's time for you to move it up. If you're within pennies of that range, just step up, get them, and then immediately write something for $3, $4 and bring in money. DQ Larry Titus says, he says correct. Triple G, but I'm going to take this money. Thank you. Michael Deuce Caboose, are you sure? Deuce, DQ, what's up, man? Best sitting screen printed as we speak. I don't know what's going on here. Constantine, Uncle Bruce, my January 2023 GameStop 27.5s at 560. It's 335 today. Do you mind if I keep my arms folded? By the way, this is half of that poor man covered call you just mentioned earlier for 2025. What I love about this trade is Constantine is now ahead $25 for this contract, this one contract. For everyone he's written, he's up $225. Absolutely nothing wrong with this move. What Constantine could do, if Constantine wanted to, was Constantine could buy back this call, this 27.50 at a stink bid, and he could consider turning around and writing a call maybe for January again, but maybe a 26 or a 25.50 or a 25. But he doesn't have to. He has 335 coming his way, guaranteed, because in theory, because the stock is below the exercise price of this contract. This contract has no value, only time. That's all it's got. And it's going to lose value. It is going to lose ground here. The question now is with the stock down to 24.38, will the shares break 24 today? And will this contract break under $3? Could it be a 280 contract sometime today? At that point, he might decide to buy back that $27.50 and write a $26 call for January, or he might decide to write a $26 call for February and take in a much larger premium, go from that $283 range to $4 or $5 if that is possible. If he can bring in that $560 amount that he's already brought in the first time, if he can do it again, go from $280 to $560, $280 to $560, $280 to $5. Hello, this is called making money. I love it. Tiff Rugman Rock. Thumbs from DQ. JR, will do. I know you're busy. Some other members may have something to we can discuss. Triple G, I can finally say I'm making money in the market. Larry, DQ, thanks. I'll miss the opening bells Thursday morning. I have a White House tour. Anything you want me to tell Grandpa Joe? DQ, Larry, don't wake him up. Pulse, JR, next time you write a tune, let me shred a little on top of it. Smiley face right there. The Dow is down 304 points at the moment. We've got other indexes right now, 33-point drop on S&P, 106 on the NASDAQ. Oil down 120 a barrel. NASDAQ is down 0.98, S&P down 0.88, Dow down 0.89. So they're very close to each other, 0.9 of a percentage point, almost a percentage point lower to start the first 10 minutes of the morning. That is what's going on right now. Beach Boy, hi, Uncle Bruce. I sent an email asking for a one-on-one this weekend. Hope you can find the time. Ho, ho, ho. I think so. Whichever one you want. I think I'm wide open. Just let me know on an email which one you want. I'll send you. I'll set you up. Your SoFi tip made us $400, but I did buy them back. Someone is saying someone made a donation to me on PayPal. And thank you for that. Congratulations on a nice little profit there. Appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. Alberto, thank you, sir. Making money. Way to go, pal. There you go. What else is going on here? Oh my gosh, we have so much happening on this market. If you do want a one-on-one, folks, I have 3 openings, a 10 o'clock in the morning, a noon, and a 2 o'clock, all Eastern time, Sunday. I suspect that Beach Boy will grab the 2 o'clock time. I'll give him first dibs on it. He can let me know. And if anyone has an interest in the 10 o'clock in the morning or noon time, Eastern time, let me know. Send me an email, bruceforman@hotmail.com. We'll get you set up with a one-on-one, and we'll talk about where we're at. 177 thumbs ups. We only need 23 more to hit 200 this morning. Thank you all so very much for this support of these thumbs ups. I appreciate it. We've got the markets here down 282 on the Dow, 30 on S&P, 93 drop on NASDAQ, with GameStop now 24.54, down 61 cents. We're on Apple down $1.81 to 137.69. Tesla is up $3 at the moment, 370. ATIP is showing a gain of 5.7 cents to 73 cents on 83,000. So it looks like the volume has dried up again, and the shares are trickling back a little bit more towards 80 than 60. SoFi down 9 cents to 501. HBQ 28.45 down 40. Rocket Lab down 5 cents. Moderna unchanged. Amazon down $1.50 to 88.46. ME unchanged. Netflix down 3.94 to 2.59. Matterport down 9.9 cents. SmartRent down 7. Spire down a penny. Cyxtera CYXT down 6 cents. AMC down 30. Ape down 16. That's a 46-cent drop on the AMC Ape unit, and they now are trading at $6.76, and they were $28, $27 when they announced this arrangement. So what a disaster over there. Bed Bath and Beyond, $3.86 a share, down 14 cents. They want to exchange shares from the Treasury for debt for bondholders, probably at a massive discount. It's ugly. Pfizer down 29 cents, 47.06. Boeing down $1.32. Cisco down a dime. Home Depot down 229. Carvana 805 up 70 cents. Robinhood down 55 to 918. Vanik Semiconductors SMH 195.85 down 350. IBM down 54 cents. We've got Microsoft down 74. Goldman down 96. Google down a nickel. Adobe down 178. Facebook up 641 on a dead cat bounce. That is a company shrinking dramatically. BlackBerry down 15 cents. Royal Caribbean down 118. Target down $2. JP Morgan down 118. Costco up 120. Walmart down 44. Nvidia 573 to the downside. Disney down $10 to 89.55. Stay out of Disney. Do not touch it. Don't play it. Stay the hell away from there. Too many corporate moves could be made. I have no idea what, when, how, why. Do not touch it. American Airlines down 18 cents at 14.07. There you go. The more popular DeSantis gets, the worse Disney stock gets. You don't want to be anywhere near Disney right now because there's a guy who is out of control and he's got followers that think he's the second coming. Unbelievable. We on the outside are stumped by it, completely stumped by it. All right, there it is. Alberto, this was the SoFi tip you gave us yesterday. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Alberto. I appreciate you. You're awesome, buddy. JR, Pulse Guitar, the song is in the making. I could still use a little shredding. That'd be so cool. Give Uncle Bruce your email. Send it to me. We can collaborate. Alberto, maximizing profits. Beach Boy, Larry, make sure you find Marilyn Monroe and Elvis. Sounds like a plan, my dude, says Pulse Guitar. Dude, Tuesdays, I'm always stuck at work. It seems like I miss all the fun every week. Beach Boy, I am thumbs up 177 today. JR, Larry, I think not Larry Titus Q will likely fill in for you. Beach Boy, that's 277. DQ, not a word. Larry, I have a tour of the U.S. Capitol after that. It's nice to know people in high places in government. There you go, Larry. Please don't January 6th me. Hang in there, Larry. Beach Boy, Larry, laughing out loud. Olivia, she's loving it. DQ, not Larry, might appear. Credit Savage of Wall Street. Oh, Uncle Bruce, really do not touch Disney. Geez, but the stocks are on the 80s. Even long-term, nope. Amy, Larry, I just did the Capitol tour in late September, and it was great. There you go, says Amy. AG, welcome one, welcome all. We're down 237 on the Dow. We're off 21 on S&P, 61 NASDAQ. We're down $1.50 on oil. That's what we have first thing this morning now, 16 minutes into the market. The ATIP is 71.8 cents. Tesla 195.09 up 379. Apple is down 150 to 137.98. GameStop 24.58 now 24.52 down 62 cents. SoFi 506 up 5 cents. HPQ down 34 cents. Rocket Lab down 16. Moderna down 21. Amazon down 72. ME down 7.5. Netflix down $7 to $2.53. A week ago, it was $2.99. Matterport, $2.83 down a dime. SmartRent down 2. Spire down 7. Cyxtera up a dime now to $2.41. And otherwise, we got Pfizer up 4. Boeing up 197. Cisco up 5. Home Depot up 21. IBM down 3. Microsoft up $1. Goldman right now is up 11 cents. Google up 34. Adobe up down 98. So there you go. It's a negative market to start, and the political results keep trickling in, and we're watching how this all comes out. Hello, Auntie Jen. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm a little busy here, but you know it's all good stuff.
Everybody's trying to figure out the results.
We talked about this quite a bit. I mentioned yesterday that what might be the best thing to happen long term for the market is we have no change in the results at all. We have the Senate right where it is. We have the House right where it is. We have 2 more years of this presidency.
The market doesn't like change.
And the market just goes, okay, we know who the players are.
Right.
We know what their objectives are. We know the pluses and the minuses of all this stuff. we can go with this.
No surprise.
We'll just go this way. But the big red wave did not happen. The massive red wave predicted by whoever was predicting it didn't come through. And now we've got this. There's some winners and there's some losers, and yet the net effect is the same.
Still the same.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's just the way it is.
Just the way it is. Yeah.
Things will never be the same.
Some things will never change. That's the way it
That's
is.
right.
So yeah, there you have. But it's cold outside. We know that.
But-
minus 11 Fahrenheit
Talk
right now.
about change.
What?
This is
What?
our last day of very, very cold.
What? No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Way.
Way? Okay, so tomorrow's high, 26 Fahrenheit for
See?
tomorrow. Friday and Saturday, 32 for the high.
That's right, baby.
And Sunday,
Bring it
31. Monday and Tuesday, 34 and 35 for the high. It's going to be a slush fest around here.
Yeah.
We call it elephant snot.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
when all the snow suddenly melts and becomes really heavy and watery.
See, if you could
Elephant
go back
snot.
in time, you would get the patent for the windshield wiper fluid in this city. You'd corner the
You
market.
clean up in this town.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Because we're pouring that stuff in every day.
Wow. We're going to hit a high today of, they say, of 7 Fahrenheit today. Pure sunshine, by the way.
Yeah.
Pure blue skies. Gorgeous.
Oh, so it's going to be blinding.
But 26 degrees for the high tomorrow, pure sunshine. And then mainly sunny through the next 3-4 days, right up to 35 degrees. That means meltage, because when it's 35 degrees and the sun is shining, everything is melting all over. Like the streets go dry, the ceiling, the roofs start to melt, and the water drips down the eavesdrops. And, oh, wow, this is good.
Yeah.
Let's take a look and see what it's like in Palm Desert.
Oh.
Just for fun. It's 56 in Palm Desert. High today, 68. Thursday, 72.
It's only 6:30 in the morning.
73 for the high on Saturday. I mean, that's acceptable.
Absolutely.
I can go in a swimming pool in that kind of temperature. I play
Okay.
golf in that temperature.
Well,
I don't, but I
you
could.
can play it in shorts because you're Canadian.
That's true. Now, if we were in Zermatt, Switzerland, if we were still over there, the high today would be 46. And on Saturday, Sunday, 55. Well, that's nice fall weather. I'm sure at the top of the mountain.
There you go.
It's snowing up there, but down in Zermatt in the valley, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, in
Nothing
Palm
wrong with it.
Desert, right now, there's people out on the course wearing shorts. They have a jacket on right now.
Oh, they got a
Underneath
windbreaker,
that, They
yeah.
have their T-shirt,
Yeah,
and
Oh,
the
yeah.
locals just look at them, shake their head, and go,
Canadians in shorts golfing. What's with these people? What's with these people? Unbelievable.
So Ryan Reynolds was on one of the talk shows. I don't remember which one.
Oh, the Canadian talk show?
No, like Jimmy Fallon or something like that, talking about
Okay.
how he's trying to get together people, a consortium, because he says, Canadian babies are born with little tiny skates on their feet. It makes it a little difficult for the delivery. But, the mothers are Canadian. They're tough. And by 4 years old, they're NHL ready.
They're NHL. They're primed for the NHL.
Because he lived in Ottawa all those years.
Yeah.
He's interested in
He's a
Senators.
Canadian.
Yeah.
He's a Canuck. He wants to buy the Ottawa Senators. He would like to get a
knows
group
it's
together.
a money pit, though.
550 million-ish is the
Yeah.
price, apparently. And you got to keep the team in Ottawa. And they don't own their own arena, I don't think.
I don't know.
I think they make a deal for an arena. I don't
Sure.
quite know all this stuff. That's another.
I just
whole
know
other
our team is tanking, and our next team we play is Boston.
Ooh, the Flames are in
not a lot of
Boston.
hope right there.
Ooh, the boys are. Yeah, we're not getting blown out, but
No.
we're losing these 1-goal games all the time.
Which is almost more frustrating. That
yeah.
we can't hold the lead anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's early days,
It's going to
and
turn around, and then we're just going to blow past everybody and bring home the hardware.
we hope for the
There you
best.
go.
We do hope for the best. Well, we shall see, Auntie Jen.
I
We
was raised
shall
in
see.
Disneyland. No.
Speaking of Disneyland, it's down $10.
Yes.
Disney stock getting crushed today.
Disney's
Getting
Disney's
crushed.
in trouble.
Big trouble. Big trouble.
Apparently, Disney Plus is more expensive than they thought it was going to be. They don't-
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
I don't know how people think that Netflix is going to make money. They don't own content like Disney does.
Oh, and Disney Disney's the king of content that only releases so many movies.
Mhm.
Then it goes back in the vault for 5 years,
Yep.
7 years, whatever. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you didn't get Beauty and the Beast last year, oh, you're out of luck.
Can't buy it this year
Can't
unless you
buy
can buy it at a garage sale.
And they're making a second Willow. I don't know if that's Disney. I just assume it's Disney.
I have no idea.
Willow was my one of my nephew's favorite Christmas movie was Willow. We used to always watch it at Christmas. It's like a little Hobbit story thing. You know.
It's a Hobbit thing.
Ragtag group makes good. Oh
Okay.
wait, that's our hockey team.
That's our hockey team. Ragtag group links. Oh man, I don't know.
What would you like to eat this morning?
Oh, what will be on the bagel
Besides
today?
Fisherman's Friends.
Oh my gosh, we have good days and
I
bad days.
think I got it and then I brought it home and gave it to you. I gotta stop licking. Kissing. Stop. It just sounds so worse than it is.
I'm not even going to repeat that line. I'm not going to repeat that line. I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to let it go. Just let it go.
Can I explain myself, or will that just make it worse?
Yeah, probably just with this game. I don't think you want to do that.
Because, and I'm sure this gang has played Cards Against Humanity. And one of the great cards in Cards Against Humanity is licking things and making them your own.
Uh-oh.
So that's why I have licking on my mind.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I
So
really
on to breakfast. What would you like to
on to
have?
breakfast. Onto a bagel idea.
Bagel.
Onto a happy thought. Let's talk bagel. Oh my gosh.
Are those your bones creaking as the chair goes back and forth?
It's the chair.
It's your bones.
Yeah, okay. It's getting worse. First we're talking licking. Now we're talking about the bone.
There you go.
I'm not going there. I don't want to go there.
You're not reading your comments.
I haven't got my glasses on. I can't see them. I see the comments coming through, and I
Who
can't
knows where
read.
your glasses are? Where'd your glasses?
I have no idea where my glasses are. I can't find them anywhere.
Where are they?
I have no
I
idea.
know.
So I don't have to read any of those comments coming across because
There you go. Better safe than
I
sorry.
fear the worst. I don't know. Thankfully, it's members only. But that doesn't solve
I
all the problems.
Just go play Cards Against Humanity.
Just go play Cards Against Humanity and figure it out for yourselves, folks. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking cheese whiz today.
Oh, cheese
I'm
whiz
thinking
today on
that's the
Wednesday.
way to go.
Okay, I got that.
We did the jelly thing on Monday. We did the egg thing yesterday.
Yeah.
I'll do the cheese whiz today,
Okay.
and then tomorrow we'll see
Yeah.
what happens tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, Auntie
See you in a
Jen,
bit.
so much. Appreciate it.
Go Rugman.
Go Rugman. That's right. Go Rugman. Oh my gosh. Go Rugman. We're down 240 on the Dow. And ATIP is at 69.70 cents. Tesla 189.99 down 130 again. Here we go. Apple down 223. GameStop 24.38 dropping 76 cents. SoFi 4.99 under the $5 level right at the moment. Okay. Let's see what else is going on here. JR, I'm thinking it's going to be wild swings today. I'm agreeing with that. Probably the rest of the week too. Let's see. Thank you, everybody. Beach Boy Uncle Bruce said you get first dibs on the 101 slot for Sunday. Let's double check. Has he sent me something yet for that? I don't know yet. Waiting for Beach Boy to let me know what slot he wants. But then if any of you out there want to have a one-on-one, let me know. We'll see what we can do. JR says to Mirko, thank you for the reminder. Yes, there are some issues I need to discuss with Uncle Bruce, but I do appreciate members wanting to help. Thank you. Coyote, a good start today. I am happy, says Coyote. Coyote. Beach Boy DQ must have been asleep when he said that. Bama Babes DQ, no, not let her get delisted, not possible. JR, I call Gorilla Glue elephant snot. It works good on gluing that weather strip back to the car door frame that comes off to strangle you when you slide in and catch it wrong. Financial Mischief, good morning, Albers. I mentioned this in the alert show that the January 23 $50 SoFi put I sold was assigned this morning. Deep in the money, right? Old man stuff, says JR. Zeta State, Uncle Bruce, you used to say don't mess with the mouse. I know. I think politically it's going to be an interesting thing on a national level, but I tell you, what's happening in Florida is beyond me. Good morning, Auntie Jen, says Mando. You mean those California babies don't just skate right out? Laughing out loud, those Canadian babies, they don't just skate right out. JR, man, there's so much humor fodder on this channel. Kent, on the range. We're on the range right now, says Kent. The Canadians are in shorts. I've got on thermals and a hoodie watching the kid practice. There's the difference. Willie says, hello, Bama babe, let it go. DQ, just Jen audio clip saved. Zeta State punched at 116 thumbs up. Olivia laughing out loud. Jen, Coyote Bones licking midterm elections. No, TJ, Auntie Jen, would you like a shovel? You just keep digging there. DQ, so just Jen, what's the secret to a happy marriage? Bama babe laughing. Olivia, I need to clip this. Left on the wire. Are they so funny together? Amanda, they are the best. Coyote, oh, go Rugman, go. DQ, just bought back ARKK November 18 calls for 71 cents and rewrote for December for 264. Giddy up. Vilbus working with the wrong Gorilla Glue there. Triple G. Elections are over. You can tank the markets now. There you go. 115 gain on the Dow Jones. Looks like a complete turnaround at the moment. Let's see how this is coming through. I might be wrong on my screen. No, we're not up. We're down 285. Pardon me. It's my phone glitching. It's never ending here. It's glitching. We're down 287 on the Dow, 287 lower. 34 drop on S&P. NASDAQ down 120. The NASDAQ is down 1.1%. S&P down 0.9. The Dow 0.87. All right, 24.15 on GameStop, 24.12 on GameStop. The low of the day was 24.05, and that is exactly where we're at right now. The low of the day, 24.05, and we're sitting at 24.12 to 24.20. We're coming into a new low of the day, down 94 to some odd cents a share right now. Lots of activity here. We'll watch for this volatility. We've got ATIP at 70 cents. We've got Apple at 137.18. GameStop 24.45, 24.20. There it is, 24.20 again. SoFi 498 and a half. HPQ 28.57, down 28. Rocket Lab down 7. Moderna 167.60, up 2.99. Amazon down 2.33 on Amazon. ME down 2, Netflix down $5, Matterport down 15, SmartRent down 12 cents, Spire down 2, Cyxtera down 12, AMC now down 60 cents. Between AMC and Ape, they're off 60 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down 18, Pfizer down a penny, Boeing off $1. Now showing again, I can't tell you what it's doing. My phone is glitching. Ridiculously glitching. I have no idea what the markets are doing off of my phone right now. I wish I could be more accurate, but it is nuts out there. I don't know what to make of it. I think we're off theoretically 300 points on the Dow. I don't know if that's right or not. We'll see. Big ass iPad, see if it wants to confirm anything. It is telling me the market is down 233, so I have no idea what the Dow is actually doing. Jen, thank you so very much. The floating bagel it's on a thing. We're down 225. Can't tell you what the market is actually up to because my Yahoo Finance link on the phone is goofy. My big ass iPad is delayed and updating. And what can I say? It's just nuts out there. Oh. Everyone loved our conversation, though, Jen. They love it. They love our comedy routine. I think it's great.
They want me to lick your bagel?
They love it if you lick my bagel. Oh, no. That can be taken so many ways. I'll see you later. Go Rugman. Oh, no. What can I say? Nick, stink bid hit for GameStop, made $1,950. Join Rugman on Meta. Waiting for him to help me out on X. I need it below 21. Bama, babe. Oh, no. Here we go again. They're off and pacing. Oh, no. We're down 210 on the Dow right now. Oh, boy. Wild and wacky, kids. It's wild and it's wacky. According to CNBC, the Dow is off 196. According to MarketWatch, we're down 200. According to my phone, we're down 210. So there you go. There's a rough indication. I don't know. PG rated, says Mirko. Spicy Android, GameStop 2405. 2404, we're hitting new lows. Yep, we sure have been hitting new lows on GameStop. 2401 is the new low today. I'm going to break $24 here. Bobby, there goes the PG-13 rating for this episode. It's right out the window. There it goes. Oh, boy. Okay. Great time to buy deep in the money. Covered calls to write poor man covered calls. Might be. H. Gregory, 188 on the thumbs ups. We have now 189 on thumbs ups. I need 11 more to get to 200. Thank you, everybody, for helping out with these thumbs ups. 11 more needed, and we've got 200 of them. Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. 190, 10 to go. Woohoo! Oh, my. Enjoying a bagel. Cindy B, I'm number 191. We got 193 now. 7 to go. Right on, viewers. You guys are the best. Thank you for getting me to 200 thumbs ups here. Thank you, Cindy. Little rally coming in. We're down 150 on the Dow. We'll see if that can hold. We're into the market 37 minutes. $24.33. $24.29 on GameStop. Constantine just picked up a January 2025 $10 call on GameStop at $15.50. I'm ready to write it. Right on. Keep writing. Absolutely. Mm. Welcome one, welcome all. Coyote says, this has been a glorious morning. More to come. More to follow. Mm-mm-mm. SoFi, $5. Mm. 164 down dip on the Dow now. A little lower. Oil off $1.61 a barrel. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Cody, Constantine, I got one myself. Can't still hang on to cash or keep picking up more poor man cover calls. Amazing how these can multiply quickly. I'm adding one deep in the money on GameStop every week. But should I stop buying and hoard the cash? Keep picking up those deep in the money calls and keep writing. Write, and keep writing. Bring in the dough from this. The compounding effect is phenomenal. They're handing you the cash. Grab it. You see the dips come through, buy those calls back, write new calls, raise cash, buy another in the money call. Keep it going. It's a strategy that you can just keep adding to and adding to. You want to diversify into a second stock, more power to you as well. Maybe you diversify into Apple or Cisco or HBQ or whatever. You might be able to buy more of those than for the amount of money you're buying a GameStop call for. But whatever, yeah, absolutely keep it going. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Gavish, watching you manage a bagel makes me want to have one, but I'm trying to stay away from bread. Dude, I put in my application for options level 3 with my brokerage, so poor man cover call soon for me too. Here we go. Rock and roll. 24.36, 24.12 on GameStop. I'm not sure which is accurate, but it's somewhere in that range. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. 24.23 on GameStop, down 91 cents. Mm. Welcome, everybody. 498 on SoFi, 24.23 on GameStop, 28.52 HBQ, down 33 today. Moonman, I just got 80 more SoFi at 498. Stealing paper from the innocents. Beautiful job. 24.13 on GameStop. We're 12 cents away from the low of the day again. Here we go. Oh my. So good. Mm. Oh my. Thank you all for being here this morning. Oh my goodness. How are we doing on the thumbs up meter? 197. I need 3 more thumbs ups, folks. Just 3 more. 3 more, but gets us to 200. Yet again, thank you all so much for the support and the showing of thumbs up support here. I really appreciate it. For those of you who are subscribing to this channel, thank you. You're becoming members of this channel, renewing your memberships. Thank you, all of you, so much. Jen and I so much appreciate it. We'll keep going live for you. Keep trying to give you the best info we can in plain English to guide you through this incredibly crazy market. There are people out there losing bundles and bundles of money, and then there are viewers here who are learning how to write call options to negate the carnage of the bear market and to benefit from it. Definitely benefiting from swings in stock prices. It is absolutely fantastic to see you becoming part of this and growing your ability to write calls and growing your income levels, changing your lives. I love it. It starts slow and then it builds and it builds and it builds. I'm just thrilled with how you folks are doing out there. It is absolutely wonderful. Thank you, all of you, for your support. To keep Jen and I coming at you with the best information we can give you as we see it. Absolutely fantastic. Nico, no, 197. I'm here for you, buddy. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it, Nico. Spicy is a January 17, 2025 $10 call for 15.15. Is that good on GameStop? If you're going to buy a 2025 $10 call on GameStop, it's worth $14.20 right now at 15.15. Yes, that is a good buy. That is a very good acquisition. That is well within the 10/90/10 rule that we have here. You can now immediately start writing on that call. And it doesn't surprise me when people say to me, Bruce, I bought this deep in the money call. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 of them. And I am writing calls that are bringing me incredible premiums. I can't believe the premiums I'm bringing in against this call contract. It's fabulous. You can write right now December calls if you want, say maybe December 16th. You could write 25s and get almost $3 for a $15 call. That's 20% of the acquisition cost of your call you can get for a January 16 out of the money contract. Fantastic return on your money. The worst case scenario is the shares go to 26 and 27, and you have to buy this call back and write a 26 or 27. It means you're getting richer. Such a problem. shares go to stay at $24 or $23, this contract will become nothing, will become worthless. You keep all $3. If you buy this thing back for $1 and write a February call for another $3 and buy it back for $1 and write a March for $3 and buy it back for $1. And hello, welcome to the rich zone. You are making returns on a monthly basis that are ungodly, fantastic. And you can use them and roll this over again and again and again and get additional calls deep in the money and add to the how many you're writing. This can change everything. For those of you who have 10 now, if you've got 10 deep in the money calls, you're writing 10 $3 contracts, that's $3,000 you're bringing in, $3,000. That turns into a $2,000 profit in the next, say, 3 weeks. And you roll it again, make another $2,000 net on another roll. Hey, is there something wrong with this picture? No, there's nothing wrong with this picture. And if you're able to add a poor man covered call every month to your arsenal, go from 10, 11 to 12 to 14 to 16 to 18 to 20, and write $3 contracts each and every time. I mean, man, the exponential growth coming to you is phenomenal. You're not going to get that from a mutual fund. You're not going to get that from an ETF. And God help you if you can try to find a mother of all short squeezes to make you a return like this over the next 6 months. I don't see it. This is the new normal. And you can do this on Apple. You can do this on Cisco. You can do this on many, many, many other stocks, including the old GameStop right here. They're handing it over. Take the money from the gamblers. Let them take all the risk. You take none of the risk. Just go with the stock. The stock wants to go down, great, you'll write lower price calls. Stock wants to go up, great, you'll roll up to the higher price calls. You'll just go with the stock. It's okay. You watched my classes. You figured out what we're doing here, and you're growing your portfolio dramatically in a hurry. And why not? Welcome to the bear market too. No kidding. Unbelievable. Anyway, there it is. We've got this market delivering results for my viewers. I'm thrilled. I am just so pleased. Nice going, kids. Nice going. Got a 116 drop on the Dow at the moment. 0.35 of a percentage point. There's no happy time rally here because of the election. The S&P's down 13.5 and NASDAQ is down 66. We're down 0.62 of a percentage point on the NASDAQ. The Dow 0.35, same with S&P. Oil down 143 a barrel to 87.48. That is what's going on at the moment. And we're going to now turn our attention to inflation data for tomorrow. And we're going to continue to see government statistics come out. And the speculation will now start shifting towards what will the next interest rate hike be. Quarter point, half a point. It's not going to be flat. They're going to raise it. By how much? That is the question. Gowdy says, poor man cover calls is the way. Nico, I'm trying something out here and starting small. I was thinking of a shorter time frame for this week. SoFi covered call at 501 for 11.11 with a 350 strike. Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about? Laughing out loud. So yeah, I'm not sure what you're doing. I'm not sure what the heck is going on here. SoFi is at 501 a share. I see that. Now the question is, what are you doing? What are you thinking of doing? An 11.11 strike, 350 strike. Let's take a look here. That's this Friday. The 350 right now is 148 to 156 for the call. So I don't know where this 350. Okay, the 350 strike. Hang on. Yeah, it's 148 to 156. If you write it, there is no premium. You're losing money if you write this call. There's no need to do it. Even the $4 call is worth $1. That's what it's worth. That's what it's trading at. The 450 is trading at 52.53. There's no premium to speak of here. The $5 call is 13 to 14 cents, expiring Friday. And I'm not sure if there's really anything in it for you at all. If you are looking at writing December calls, you want to go out a little bit to maybe December 16th, the third Friday of the month, you could write $5 calls on SoFi for December 16 expiry. There are 8,300 of them out there. 45 to 46 is the bid ask. 45 cents to 46 cents is the bid ask on a $5 SoFi call. That is premium. Yes, it is. The stock's 502. If the stock goes to 480 tomorrow, next week, these will be 35, 40 cents. If in 3 weeks from now, 2-3 weeks from now, the stock is at 475-ish, these will be 20, 25 cents. If you wait until the 16th of December, and on the 16th of December, the stock's at $5, these are worth a nickel, a dime, a nickel. I mean, you'll make money. You can write $6 calls for 14 cents, but that's $1 further out of the money and only 14-cent premium. But it is out of the money. If you want to write January 2023 calls on SoFi, January the 20th, third Friday of the month, $5 calls, 64 to 66 cents. You only get 20 cents more, not worth it. But the sixes are 31 to 32. No, that's double the price. If you want to go further out to like January 2024 and write some calls on SoFi, you can write fives for 163 to 167. So it's $1.65 last trade on a $5 stock. You got 1,000 shares. You can bring in $16.50 and buy it. You can buy it right away, 300 more shares, and write 3 more contracts for another almost $500, buying another 100 shares and writing another contract for $160. That's 1,400 shares you'll have of SoFi from 1,000 to 1,400, but with a $5 strike. What would your average be? How low could you get your average? You want to write 750s for January 2024. You can bring in about 92 to 95 cents. Now, that's a 750 strike. So if you can do, say, 10 of them, you got 1,000 shares of SoFi, you write 10 calls, you bring in $950, you can buy almost 200 more shares right away and write 2 more contracts for $200 more. You'll have 1,200 shares with a 750 strike price against them. What would your average be? Do you have a $9 average now, and buying 200 more would get you down to a 750 average, which is what this is? Or do you have a $7.50 average now, and you'd bring your average down to $6.75, and you'd be in the money on all 1,200? I don't know. Something to think about. And if you want to go one step further out, let's talk Fantasyland. January 2025, you can write a $5 call for 220 to 226. So you can bring in, let's say you bring in 225, a contract, 10 contracts, $2,200. Find another $300 and buy 500 shares at $5. Write 5 more contracts for another $1,000. Buy 2 more shares. Bring in another $400. Throw another $100 in there. Buy another share. Write another contract, and you've gone from 1,000 to 1,300 to 1,500. You might have moved it up to 1,600 shares. $7 contracts. The sevens are 165 to 178. Bring in $170 a contract. 10 times $1,700 can easily buy 3 contracts. Write 3 more contracts. Bring in another $500. Buy another contract, another 100 shares. Write another contract, and add that with the 170 left over. You're in the 330 range. Throw in $170. Buy another 100 shares. Write another contract. You'll have written 1,500. Maybe you'll own 1,500 shares or something like that. With a $7 buyout. Again, you want to play that game, you can play that game. It's up to you. I don't recommend it per se, but whatever situation you're in. And if you want to, buy up this stock and take the chance that, they're going to go up. But you know what, Bruce, if they go to 650 6 months from now, a month from now, I don't care. I wrote 750 contracts. They want to go to 6, 6.5. You know what I'll do? Bruce? I'll consider buying back those calls and rolling into 8s or 9s or 10s. Stock wants to go to $7. Maybe I'll do it then. I'm easy going because I'd be happy that I have all this stock I bought down here. I bought a bunch down here, and I'm writing 750 calls against it, 50% higher than we're trading at. I don't mind writing a year out or longer. I'll take the money and keep buying and writing and keep buying and writing and keep buying and writing, and I'll lower my average, lower my average, lower my average, lower my average, so that this SoFi is averaged under 750. I get exercised at 750. I made money. On all that money I got into this thing, I made money. You know what I can do then? Then I got exercised. I'll just buy it back. I'll just buy it back and write tens. Okay? You can always do that. All on how you feel, on how you want to do it. I'm your pal. I'm your friend. I support you. I'll be here to help comment on it if you want to hear it. I hope for the best. We're down 200 on the Dow again. We are going negative again. We're down 25 on S&P. We're down 95 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ down 0.90. The Dow and S&P are approaching 2/3% lower. U.S. inflation likely to post another sharp increase in October. Headline is saying right now. That'll be tomorrow. We'll find out about that. Higher inflation, higher interest rates. Guaranteed for longer. There you go. Okay. Anyway, there it is. These are the comments. I'm just reacting to what you're saying. Kent, I don't see a 515 on a $10 January 24. I think it was 25. Michael said, yeah, up, down, around, where it stops. Nobody knows, says JR. Constantine, Kent, you can also stink bid it. That's true. Kent, I have a bid in to buy for 1550. Too high. Oops. Yes, Jan 25s. JR, Uncle sent you an email with link and storyboarding ideas for the song video, Pulse Hang On. I'll get to it later. Who cares? Kent, I don't see it either. Currently ask for GameStop 10. Jan 25 shows 1545. Kent, mine shows 1570. Constantine, Kent, I put a stink bin in at 1525. JR, Nick S is spooky. Coyote, Kent, I just bought another one for 1555. Who cares? I'm doing the stink bid now. Mirko, I have a feeling you were in kind of a bidding war here for $10 GameStops, January 2025. Constantine Gowdy just picked up 3 at 1550. Nice, says Constantine. Who cares? Says we are all buzzards picking on the same option. Alex, number 201. Sorry, I'm late. Did I miss anything? There's nothing going on. Nothing happened in America yesterday. Everything's the same. Everything's the same. Nothing going on. 24 calls total. Yee-hee, says Constantine. Nico, I see. Thank you. Thumbs. That answered all sorts of questions for me. Coyote, my guy. Constantine, let's get this money. Coyote, what are we writing? February's 26 is what? Constantine, I can believe GameStop was $35 and now it's below 24. Constantine, few weeks back, unreal. Credit Savage of Wall Street. My lucid stink bids triggered 5 LCID 20s January 24. I sold for 9 each. I just bought them back for 145. Over 85% profit. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Dude, face, I'm writing January's today, and I'm up to 11 contracts, and now add another on this dip. Very nice. GameStop, 23.74 right now. 23.74. We are pushing new lows on GameStop here. 23.71 is the low trade, and we're down here right now. That means all those GameStop contracts are dropping and dropping and dropping. Very interesting. Tiff just bought back my GameStop 2550 expiring this Friday. What to write next? Giddy up. Next Fridays, perhaps 2376, 2379 now. Mr. Premium of the option GameStop stinker just hit, sold for 445, bought back at 22 cents. Thank you. May I have another, please? Alex, Mr. Premium, nice work. Coyote, Constant, yeah, I like those on December 23s. 25, 28 range for strike. I'm working on those. Coyote, GameStop was at 45 in August. Kent got it for 15.35. Right on. Coyote, I got exercised at freaking 39 at the time. Unbelievable. 23.78 on GameStop at the moment. The volume today is 1.2 million shares, 300,000 pre-split. Absolutely dead in the water. Nothing happening there. Unbelievable. Spicy, I got 5 at 1550. Jam 25s, 10. Start writing. Alex, Coyote, more soup for you. More soup. There you go. At 2381. Try to write 25s for December, January. Bring in some money. Bring in some cash. Make it significant. Don't bring in $1.50. Bring in dough. Do-re-mi money is what you want. December 16s, 25s. Last I saw, if my big ass iPad would like to calm down a little bit, December 16, 25s, 280 to 298. So writing up there might be a way to go. Going into January's, you might move into January 2023, $20, the 20th, 370 to 385. If you can get 385, 380 for those 25s, that's a nice write. That is a really nice write. Worthy of a look. If you are a little more bold, you could look at 2375s for this January the 20th. You might haul in 4.5, 445 on those. Good money. Dare them to take you out. 450 plus 2375. That's 28 and a quarter. Take me out of 28 and a quarter. I just got my calls here at 15 something dollars. Go ahead, take me out. I'll just turn around, buy them back, and write again. I'll start writing 28s and 29s and 30s. I'm easy going. I'll keep writing on these. Anyway, there it is. More soup for you. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, my January 2023 27.5 560 are at 50% profit now. This is good stuff. Again, that gives you an opportunity to perhaps buy those back and take a look at writing 25s. You might want to move up the level to that 380 level, or maybe 2375s if you dare. You can always look at writing those. Otherwise, let the depreciation continue. Wing Commander, who's front running my stink bid at 15.15? What's going on here? Credit Savage, to all you newer lurkers, everything Uncle Brucey teaches can be applied to all stocks. It's up to you to do your research and get to know your stock, but what he teaches is legit. JJ, Uncle Bruce holding SoFi, May 3 calls. Consider writing March 6 or 7s against my position. I've got a deep in the money call on SoFi. What about doing that? Go ahead. Taking some cash. Absolutely. Taking some cash. Yeah. Tiff sold 24.50 expiring November 18 for 103, says Tiff. I'm not sure what that is. That's got to be GameStop for November 18. That's in 9 days. Alex Wing, sounds like half the Bagel Gang are hanging out in that option chain. Richard Carlin, 5. I don't know what that means. Nazareth, I sold 20 GameStop covered calls at $25 strike. I got $389 for them. Right on. $389 each times 20, 77 plus $100. Nice pickup of cash. Vilbus, my stinker just hit. Sold a GameStop 12/16, 27.50 for $460 a couple of weeks ago. Just bought it back 5 weeks early, $185. Nice job, Mr. Premium of the option. GameStop is just printing for folks today. Coyote picked up 3 for my cover calls so far. Bama just could not help myself. 500 more SoFi, 496. I'm addicted to this SoFi. Nazareth, whoops. The date was Jan 20. Nick just made 25,000 on steel. U.S. Steel covered the short position. Just made 25 G's. Way to go, buddy. Keep it going. Make money out there, people. It's being handed to you. We're down 269 on the Dow. We've got GameStop at 23.50 now, low of 23.42. Down it goes. We're down 160 something a share now. Unbelievable. We're down the 272 on the Dow, 33 on S&P, 123 on NASDAQ. The VIX is down 50, which is amazing to me. Oil down 161. ATIP holding 70, up 2.8 cents. Tesla 189, down 157. Apple down 245. GameStop down 161 to 23.53. SoFi 495.5, down 14 cents. HPQ down 43 cents to 28.42. Rocket Lab down 11. Moderna up $4. Amazon down 2.50. ME down a penny. Netflix down $6.60. Matterport down 17. SmartRent down 18. Spire down a penny. Cyxtera down 13. AMC getting crushed, down 61.5 cents today. That's a 10% drop today on both combined units. We're down 24 on Bed Bath & Beyond to $375. 5. They said goodbye to Ryan Cohen at $30 a share. You got the bag, nothing but the bag, and the bag is full of snakes. It is ugly at Bed Bath & Beyond. Pfizer up 6 cents. Boeing down 30. Cisco down 40 cents to 44.20. Home Depot down 85. Carvana up 3. Robinhood down 90 cents to 8.84. This was 12 something 2 days ago. Vanik down 350. IBM down 39 to 138. Microsoft down 204. Goldman up 114. Google down 22. Adobe down $4. Meta up 673. BlackBerry up down 13 cents. Royal Caribbean down 168. Costco up $1. Walmart down $1.47. Nvidia down $7. Disney down $11.32 to $88.58. American Airlines down a dime. That's what's going on here. We're negative here on the post-election day right now. Watching all of it. 87.17 on oil, down 170. GameStop 23.42. This is the low of the session. Again, I think we're hitting newer lows. 23.37. Here it is, another low on your GameStop. All of you with your GameStop contracts, putting in stink bids to pick them off and write new contracts going from November's to December's or from December's to January's and looking to write 25s, 24.75s, something like that, bringing in cash, more cash. If you can pick up deep in the money calls for that 90-10 rule and keep writing, do so. Leverage up this option, this poor man cover call story. Bring in money. It's being handed to you by the option gamblers like you cannot believe. Oh my gosh, GameStop just got a 6-month low, 6-month high next. I don't think so. Nick, not all heroes wear capes, says Nick. Says Nick to Nick. As Credit Savage, I think I'm going to sell 1,000 Matterport for a tax loss. Harvesting purposes. Think Matterport runs up a lot between now and 31 days from now. I don't want to wear. I don't want to hear. What do you think? I don't know. You're on your own on that one. David sold a GameStop January 23, 26.25. I sold it for $7.35 a week ago. Stink bid in at $2.46. Come on down, GameStop. If you get those, then go and look at writing maybe 25s. Very interesting. Let's see. Coyote Snake Bag. There you go. Michael H. Up 52% of my GameStop December 16, 27.5. Buyback now or squeeze some more profit out. What do you think? Stink bid time and look at January's. See what happens. Brian, I put in a stink bid to buy back my GameStop for $3.20. I sold them for $8.20. That would be a 60% profit with 2.5 months left. Nice move here. Nick DeMaurier, the Credit Savage of Wall Street, at least wait for earnings. No, what do you think? Might be the idea, but you're on your own on these. 23.30 on GameStop. These are new lows. Again, we're now establishing additional lows on GameStop. 23.25 is the new low of the day, down 184-ish right now on GameStop. SoFi 497, HPQ 28.42 down 43 cents. Some of you are probably looking at your HPQ contracts, watching shrinkage there, keeping an eye on that. Very good. We've got a lot to watch here. Let's see. Wing Commander, I bought a GameStop $10 contract for January 25 for $15.15. I wrote a 25. I wrote a 25 for December for $2.53. I'm already winning if this thing goes back up. There you go. There you go. Well done, everybody. Alex is saying GameStop. I wrote 25s expiring December 16th. I wrote them for $3.35 right at the bell last night. I'm up 25% now, right now already. 23.24 on the shares. The low of the day is in this neighborhood right now, 23.25, 23.22. We're at the low of the day. Nick S., I bought 3,000 more SoFi with the profits. I now have 128,000 shares of SoFi waiting for Meta short to come my way. Average 103.23 on the Meta. Giddy up. 102.96 on Meta. Go down. We are looking at lots of activity here. We've got a 288 drop on the Dow. We're approaching 300 points again. We're down 36 on the S&P. We're down 121, 131 now. We're down on NASDAQ. Oil down 148. 23.26 to 27 on GameStop. The low of the day, 23.22. We're right at this low level on GameStop shares. So they are definitely going down with this market. Credit Savage, that's true, but I don't think they'll have any big gains, losses. Yeah, maybe you're right. We usually run up the year after elections, so don't want to miss that. Bobby joined in the buyback and rewrite on GameStop from the office today. Rock and roll, buddy. I'm so amped up right now from this. Laugh out loud. I'm loving today. There you go, kids. Today, you're not making pennies. Today, you're making dollars. This is what I talked to you about last month when I begged you guys to get out of these $1.20 contracts, 180 contracts, and start writing $4 and up premiums and higher if you can on GameStop. Go further out for November, go to December, bring in the money, bring in the bucks, and enjoy a gain. If this stock wants to drop off a few bucks, get paid the dollars to be a shareholder. It'll allow you to acquire additional deep in the money calls, to write more calls, whether you're writing now December's or January's or February's. You're looking for big premium payouts from these gamblers. Take their money, buy deep in the money calls, and write again, and be paid to hold this stuff. This is your payoff. This is your reward. We're down 180 right now on the day. This is a nothing burger drop. This is nothing. And the dollars are now coming in as it begins to accelerate. We don't have a massive sell-off on the market right now. We're down 270. This is a nothing burger. Give me 1,500 point drop and I'll care. We're not even near that right now. And you are being well rewarded for your aggressive moves into these December 16s and January contracts. It is time for you to be rewarded for your patience, and it's coming in now in dollars, not pennies. And when you pay bills, they are in dollars, aren't they? So here we go, kids. Those of you trying to quit your day job, this is what it's all about. We're trying to get you guys to raise your income level from options, allow you to get more poor man covered calls, to raise your income level again so that you start looking at what you generate on option premiums versus what you get for your paycheck. And there will come a point in time that only you know, I don't know it, you know it, where you will sit back and go, I can't afford to work for my employer anymore. I make more money on my account by being in front of the machine, watching what's going on with level 3 trading. I can't afford my job anymore. It costs me money when I'm at the office, or I love my job, but it's got to be remote only, or I have to make changes, or I'm going to change employers, or I'm going to go from a full-time to a part-time. Whatever it is, only you will know, and you will know exactly what you need to do. But in the meantime, profits are coming in, and you deserve every dollar you make right now. That's what it's about, kids. Let's see what's happening here. Stink bids in. I'm ready to come here to it. Octavio just bought back my GameStop 25 December 16s for $249. I sold them last week for $439. Now I'm going to write 24s. Giddy up. Miraculous bought all calls back, looking to write again 23s. 23s, 24s. Looking at January's, February's. Start writing. Mr. Premium, the option, another GameStop stinker just hit. I sold at $390 and bought back for $111. Thank you very much. A Wing Commander, Uncle Bruce, 2750s for December 16 are now down to $174. Is it worth buying back and rolling into February 25s? These are trading at $410. It might be the move. It might be January's 23.75s, but I like the idea of 25s into Febs because you're way out of the money, 160 out plus that premium. I like that move. Brian, Uncle Bruce, let's just say you sell a covered call for $650, so you have $650. Around how much should you save for a rollover, and how much should you use to buy back stock? Keep 25%, 50%, whatever. Well, again, this is up to you. Do you have additional powder anywhere else? Do you have a margin account that you can use marginability on? I don't know if you are holding stock that you can borrow money on to cover rollovers and then, write new calls to knock the debit off. everybody has their own situation. That is the thing about this. Now, what some people will do is they'll sell a stock they have. They might have, let's say you have 1,000 SoFi. This is just generic. You got 1,000 SoFi, but you need $3,000 to buy back calls. You don't have the cash handy. You sell $3,000 worth of SoFi. You buy your calls back. You write your new calls. Bring in $4,000. Buy your SoFi back. Made no changes to your account. You just made some shifts, intraday trades, bing, bang, boom, bong, bing. And hopefully the SoFi sold at this price. You bought it at this price or within a penny or two. It doesn't matter. The big picture is you've rolled contracts, and that is what it's all about. Okay. Paul's just sold one GameStop $25 call December 16th, $250 premium. Okay. Nick bought 500 GameStop. Paul's money. Brian. Nick, I am so jealous of you, huh? It took my 2 months to come up with more dry powder to buy 100 shares. And that is getting loans. Paul's, I know I'm a small fish, but man, this is exciting here. We all start small and we move it up. Brian, it's all relative, my friend. The pressure is there. The excitement is there. The feeling of vindictiveness and the feeling of justification is there. The frustration is there. The hate, the love, it's all there. It doesn't matter what your size of your account is. You just got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined. You got to be patient. You have to be focused. You're a sniper, and you're looking for returns on your investment. That's how this game is played, and that is what it's about. Sometimes it's active, and other times it's quiet for a while. And that's how we roll here on an ongoing basis. You take the classes, you invest in these classes one after the other, and get a handle of this stuff. Invest in yourself to become more knowledgeable about what you're doing so you don't get flustered when days like today roll along, or a day where the markets go up for a while roll along. You got to handle all the emotions, and you have to try to keep a level head about it. That's the secret to success. I'm hoping that these classes have helped many of you stay focused and be aware of the big picture around you, so that you figure out where you fit in here when you write and buy back calls. Write and buy back. Get your hands on deep in the money calls. Write on those. Grow your portfolio. Congratulations, all of you today who are doing well here. I love it. This is all cool bean stuff. The euphoria, says Coyote. Richard, sorry, I was driving. I commented. Nick, I am shorting high flyers with the profits on shorts, and I'm buying all our faves. There you go, buddy. Nick getting richer. We're down 277 on the Dow right now. We're down 35 on S&P, and we're down 123 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ 1.17% lower, 0.91 on S&P, 0.87 on the Dow. Oil down now, $2.18. Oil is dropping again to 86.73. So that's what's happening on the oil market. Everything the oil guys don't want happening is happening. They want that thing to go to 120, 130 so they get stinking rich. And it's the opposite. And for those of you who use this stuff, try to use less of it, and it'll go even lower. Thank you all for being here so far. So much fun. Nick, I'm taking money from Wall Street and investing in our buddies when they go up. Write more options. I love this game. This is a great little game we got going here. Welcome all to the chat and the channel. Thank you for these thumbs ups. We now have 210 thumbs ups, which kind of blows me away that so many of you are having such a good day on this channel. So many viewers of this channel are benefiting so handsomely, and we struggle to get to 200 thumbs ups. And I have to just beg for them just to get them. It blows my mind. But, you know, it is what it is. We are a minority group here. We are a sliver of the market. 213 people are watching me right now. 2.5 million are not. There are millions of people out there who could benefit from this channel's momentum and wins. They could be piling in here and joining the party. They just don't know we exist. They have no clue that we're even here. It blows my mind how well so many of you do here and how little the outside world knows about it. It's just I'm amazed. What can I say? But I try to get the thumbs ups from those of you who are here, and I really appreciate you you regulars who just day in and day out, show in and show out, always give me thumbs ups. 218, 219 now. I really do appreciate it. It helps us. We're still trying to grow this channel on YouTube. We don't want YouTube to slough us off. We're trying to be a large enough force to make YouTube look at this channel and go, we like this guy. We like this guy. We like his people. We like the engagement of this channel. We're going to promote this guy. We're going to expose him to more viewers. There are millions of investors out there who haven't got a clue we're here. Don't know what the potential is for their account. It's unbelievable. There are probably millions of people who would buy GameStop if they knew how we follow GameStop. If they knew that if you buy this stock and or its options and write on it, you can acquire more of it, and all the SPACs that we follow. Those former SPACs of ours, all 8 of them. There are millions of investors that should be buying these things. If they were here, they'd hear how good SoFi is. They'd hear about Matterport. They would hear about ATIP. They would hear about Spire. They'd hear about Sextera. They'd buy them up. And we would have an even larger footprint of shares under our control of these cheap stocks. It starts with thumbs ups. It starts with awareness. We are not known. And that's why I am begging you guys, help me help you. Because if this channel can grow, because the thumbs up numbers keep coming up, more folks will show up here and wonder, what's the commotion all about? And why does YouTube keep recommending this channel to me when I'm looking up information about the mother of all short squeezes or this stock or that stock? Why does this Uncle Bruce guy keep being recommended to me and millions of others? It's a numbers game. If 5 million investors are exposed to this channel, it might mean 500 of them will come in here, 800, 1,000. And if 1,000 people join this channel in the next 6 months and all become shareholders of the SPACs we're following and GameStop and our option writers and are sharing info with us back and forth, can you imagine the power that this channel would generate? The following, it would just expand out even faster. And these SPACs wouldn't be down here. No way, because there wouldn't be enough paper down here to satisfy the buyers that want in. But it's got to start with you guys. And I thank you for those of you who are here every single show, every single time I ask. You guys are there. 231 thumbs ups. Thank you. We really would like to hit this hard. If we could get 300-400 thumbs ups a day with this kind of viewership, we would be on our way. And that's why it's so important. I cannot emphasize it more. Every YouTuber begs for thumbs ups, always, because they get it. They know. But it's got to happen. Thank you, everybody, so much. All right, what's going on? Last couple of comments before I go. Got to pack it in until this afternoon. Don't forget tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time, prime time with Gold Bagel members and Uncle Bruce. 8 o'clock Eastern. You guys are joining me tonight if you want to, asking me questions about what we're doing and what's going on. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Oh, do we have a lot to talk about tonight? Oh, my gosh. Thank you, everybody. Alex, this is just the beginning run, man. Coyote, it's salty political boys. Bruce, pay them no mind. Beach Boy, hi, Uncle B. Next week, more powder coming in with 2 rollovers. GameStop, Feb 17, 2750s wrote 578, and 2875s wrote for 527. All are almost at 50% profit. Buy back and write or hold. What are your thoughts? You can certainly look to buy back if you want, and then you can write 26s, maybe 25s, and bring in even more money. Same time frame. Might be the game plan right here. Stink bid them. 2309 on the stock. We're plummeting again, my friend. We are plummeting right now. Put in stink bids for even lower, and then just write 25s out for the same time frame, just use your judgment on this. Keep your eye on your option chain, but bring in more money, more cash. 2311 low today. 2305. Unreal. The Dow right now is down 321 points. We're down 41 on S&P, 151 on NASDAQ. The markets are dropping again. GameStop is threatening to break 22 into the 22s So all of you out there should be able to look at rolling down your contracts, buying back your 27s, 6, 7s, and 8s, and writing 26, 25s, 24s into January, December, January, February, into that range. Bring in cash. Bring a lot of it in. They're handing it to you. 23.06 now on GameStop. We're approaching the low of the day again. I bought my first 5 Corvette convertible Paul on GMA today. Says spicy. A poor man covered call. Laughing out loud. Susan shops about $225. Just found my iPad. Gave you a thumbs up earlier as I've been watching on my laptop. Thank you, Susan. Zach, I'm number 214, buddy. I'm handing them to you. Hybrid Duncan, I'm throwing you thumbs ups, buddy. Nick, I now have 10,500 GameStop. We'll keep on shorting and buying more GameStop. SoFi, sooner or later, war in Ukraine will stop. Everything will be honky-dory. Rebuilding will start. Everyone will be rejoicing, says Nick S. BW, okay, Uncle B, I got my 2 GameStop $10 per man covered calls out to 2025 for $15.20. I immediately wrote 2 December 16.25s for $2.64. Into the fray I go. Giddy up. Mr. Premium, nice, Nick. Get that bread. Nick S. Meta coming my way. JR, we will be making that moolah. Yippee, Vivash. Abama, you are a better trader. I got 400 SoFi at 503 yesterday. Oh, well, congrats. J&J, the Putin skipping the G20. Russia announces retreat from Kyrgyzstan. Dude, okay, you got 2 thumbs ups for my 2 accounts as well. Thank you. Bama Babe, Vivash, not a better trader. Some days, one just may get a little better trade. Tomorrow could be different. Just make money, laugh out loud. That's what it's all about. Making dollars. Forget the pennies. Make dollars. We're down 308 on the Dow. GameStop, ATIP is at just under 70 cents. Tesla 188, down $3. Apple down 296 to 136.54. GameStop 22.95. We have broken 23 big time here. We just hit the low. 22.91 on GameStop. Down it goes. Those 10s now are worth $13 each. You should be buying them no more than $14.50 a piece. $14.20, $14.50, and immediately write calls against them. Whether you're writing 25s for December or January, up to you. Bring in cash, even 24s. You can write 22.98 on GameStop. Buying back calls to write higher priced contracts. Here we go. Well done, one and all. $4.95 last trade on SoFi, down 15 cents. HPQ 28.51, down 34 cents. Rocket Lab down a dime. Moderna up $2. Amazon down 2.68. ME down a half a penny. Netflix down $7 today. Matterport down 20. SmartRent down 17. Spire is right now down 2 cents. Sextera down 15. AMC 8 are down 69, almost 70 cents. Pfizer down 7. Boeing up 35 cents. Cisco down 54 to 44.07. Home Depot down 96 cents. We've got IBM down 33. Microsoft down 272. Goldman is up 24. Google down 40. Adobe down 373. Meta 102.96. Is that accurate? Yes. 6.49 gain. The high of the day 104. Sitting around this 102, 103 level right now. Excuse me. BlackBerry down 13. Royal Caribbean down $1.26. There you are, our kids. That is what we have happening right now. 22.83 new low on GameStop. 22.83, 22.82. The drop is $2.33 today. We are approaching 9.2% drop on the day on GameStop. We're approaching 10% off. Zach, holy rug, man. What happened? Nick, I need somewhere, but that Ukraine president wants to give a piece of chance, but on his terms. That's a good sign. Mr. Premium 22.50 is the old 90 on GameStop and had a good support there. Let's see if this breaks it. 22.80 now. Another new low on your GameStop shares, kids. 22.78 is the low quote of the day right now. There you have it. I'm hoping you're able to buy back calls, write higher price calls, take in more cash, buy deeper in the money calls, keep writing. Take the cash. They're handing you this money. Take the money off of them. It might as well stay in your account for safekeeping for now. Congratulations, everybody. 22.84. Right now, 22.89, 22.84 down 2.30 a share on GameStop. 4.96 down 13 cents on SoFi. ATIP 70 cents, 69.8 cents on ATIP. Alrighty. Vivash, thumbs to Credit Savage. Way to go with your SoFi. Way to go, everybody. This is what's going on, kids. We're busy today. You're busy today. We have a lot going on. Watching a lot of stock happen here. Can't get off the air yet. Too much happening. GameStop is traded 2.4 million shares at 600,000 pre-split. Absolutely no support. We're down 229 on the stock right now with less than just barely 600,000 pre-split stock. This is really dead right now. 277 drop on the Dow. And we're 22.83, the low of 22.78 on your GameStop. Way to go, everybody. Scoring some gains today. I want to see you guys make a lot of money today. It's payoff day for a whole bunch of you guys, and I love it. HBQ 28.54 down 31. SoFi 4.96. GameStop 22.84, 22.85. All right. Okay, that's it. I think I'm going to take a pause. Watching this market 22.82 now. See if it's calmed down a little bit. Might be going for another wave of selling here. 22.82 on your GameStop. Brian is saying, my stink bid 320 hit. I made $500 in like 3 weeks. Giddy up. What a day, says Constantine. What a day. Coyote, I'm exhausted. Laugh out loud. I'm under 400. Spicy on my former cover call already. A little scary. You're writing and you're writing and you're writing. 22.76, a new low. 22.76, 22.70, 22.68. Selling is coming in like that on GameStop. Another wave at 22.68 now. Down go these calls. Lower, your stink bids are coming through. Keep backing off on your stink bids. Make them pay you. Make them sell to you at the price you are willing to pay and buy them back for, and then right away for a nice increase in cash. Take the extra money. W. Walter, stink bids hit and bought back all covered calls, waiting for the bounce to right on GameStop. I just can't bring myself to right on the drop. Hybrid Duncan SSR soon on GameStop. That might be a bounce back. It might not. We'll see. 22.72, 22.75 on GameStop. We are approaching the 10% area shortly. Disney stock having its worst day in 2.5 years, says headline, with the Dow off 289.87 of 1%. The NASDAQ is off 50% worse, 1.27. So the Dow should be down 500 right now, or 400 at least, and 420 or so. It has not yet reached the NASDAQ carnage that is happening there. 2270, 2267 on GameStop. New lows are coming in. 2264, another new low trade on GameStop now. Yet again, 250 lower on the day on GameStop. 2264. This is the low trade of the day right now on GameStop. 2264. You guys are busy here watching your options and keeping your eyes on these rollover opportunities. Always look to roll over. 2265 here. 9.9% drop at 2265 on the day. We are 1/10 of a point away from hitting the SSR short sale restriction list. Is going to be Kit. Zach says it's been hit 10%. Bama, the market really don't like that. Like in the red, and the election was not a sweep. JR, Gaudi, whiplash again today. Will it ever end? Crying in mocked horror. Well, of course not. That's how we make money. 2264, 9.96 percentage point drop. 2261. I think we've broken the 10% rule on the day already. So now it is you cannot short stock on GameStop without an uptick first. That's what I think what's going on. Nazareth, Bama Babe, the markets were going red no matter who won today. 2266, 2265. Low of the day, 2261. Congratulations, all of you, on picking off your calls. These calls you've written into November, December, buying them back, and now getting ready to write 24s, 25s, 26s into December, January, or February for much, much more money. You want to bring in big cash balances now into your account from this. That's what we got to get. That's what we want. 2265, 2267, right here, down 9.87% right now. Bama Babe Nazareth, eventually, yes, but so low today, got to be a good reason. Brian Walters W, this is a huge drop. There will be there will be a rebound. I'm going to wait too. That is the thinking here. 2265.66 right now, down 248.49 on GameStop shares. They keep dropping, says Constantine, and not able to write as fast. There you go. Stink offers. Start putting in stink offers ahead of this market in case there's a 50-cent rally or something like that, a 40-cent rally. Maybe the shares can reach 23.25, 23.40. What would your call that you want to write be going for? Then put the stink offer up there. Let them come up and get you. 22.6234 right now at the low of the day, down 10% on the market. 22.61. We've touched it again. And JR, I'm thinking big investors were hoping for a red wave, hence the rally lately. Well, that didn't happen, so the bailouts are happening today. Richard Carlin, SSR has been hit, 10.02% drop on GameStop. 22.60 now is the latest trade I see. The low of the day, 22.60, down 10.1% on GameStop right now. Dow's down only 247. It's been worse than that. We're down 128 on NASDAQ. 22.52 on GameStop. Another dip lower at the moment. 22.52. We're hitting newer lows. 22.50, another new low on the day on GameStop. So some of you with your stink bids getting closer to getting hit because you're sitting on contracts that are now $3, $4, $5, $6 out of the money. So if I have a Jan 2025, should I be what? I'm good for a long time, right? Oh, you're good for a long time. Definitely good for a long time. 22.51 at the moment, and the low trade 22.50. A nice round number is what we are watching here to see if this is going to break through 22.50 or not. This is $90 pre-split. 22.50 times 4, $90. And we're about to break it. To go lower, I will bet you we might well knock this out. Down 264 off 10.5% right now on GameStop today. Can't shut the show down right now. Can't shut down my show. Too much activity and volatility in GameStop. 22.51, down 263 at the moment with this market. Amazing. A long time is right. Bobby, ODKNG stinkers have been hit. There you go. 22.50, 22.51 on GameStop. We break that, we could go down another 20, 30 cents. You never know. We'll see what it wants to do, folks. Keep working it. Apple down 260 to 136.90. Tesla 187.99, down 331. ATIP 69.1 cents. The Dow down 217. SoFi 498. HBQ down 29. 22.50 on GameStop. Low trade of the day 22.50. We're at that round number right now. The saw off. There's a battle for 22.50. Will the selling overpower the buyers on the way down? We've already broken the 10% rule for the day. Let's see what happens. Nick is saying, I'm going to stay on the sideline, Uncle Bruce, for GameStop writing and just keep buying because when it turns violently. Well, 22.44. It just went down again. We've broken the 22.50 like it wasn't there. 22.44 on GameStop now, down $2.70 a share. The low of 22.43. No turnaround yet. Below 22.50, says Coyote. Zach, we're down through it. Nazareth, 22.43, 22.42 I see here at the moment on your GameStop. 22.41.42. Low trade of the day. All right, meme traders are going to watch this very closely. They're going to see if there's a place to get in or do they stay on the sidelines. 2.87 million traded. 700,000 shares pre-split. That's all that is trading right now Very quiet. Under 90 a share now at 22.39. Under 90 a share on GameStop, down 275 at the moment. JR is going neat. I'm feeling filthy, says Coyote. I'm feeling really dirty right now. 232 drop on the Dow Jones, 231 on GameStop now. The low of the day, 231 has come through here. The low trade, 230, down 280, 282, 283 a share right now. More selling has been coming in on GameStop. The Dow's down 220, S&P down 30, NASDAQ down 118, oil down 218 a barrel. That is what's happening here. Watching what's going on. 22.33 per share. Brian, I used 50% of my profits to buy some more GameStop shares. Working on getting 100 more. Never stop. Zach, Coyote, you can take a bath in all that money. There you go. Grabbing these profits. 22.36.38. Low trade of the day, 230 so far. So the 250 level has been hit by another 20-cent loss already. A lot of folks don't even know it's happening. It's happening faster than they're getting quotes. Let's see. Coyote, is Constantine going any stink bids hit yet? Question mark. 22.34 to 36 a share right now on GameStop. 223-point drop on the Dow. 110 on NASDAQ at the moment. 22.30 again. This is the low trade of the day, it looks like, on GameStop. 22.23 lost another 7 cents. 22.23 low trade coming down yet again. Another wave of selling is coming in. People are getting blown out or blowing themselves out. 22.23 was the low trade on the stock. 22.30 is what I see here. It is jumping around quite a bit. Question is whether it has any kind of a recovery bounce and then goes lower again. What's it going to do? Down 270 something, 275 here. It's been quite the run. Here we go. Coyote, yeah, I have had some hit, locked in profits, and rewrote. W. Walters, where's a halt when you need one? There you go. 22.39, 22.42, little bounce back, trying to get back to 22.50. Those of you out there writing 25s or 24.75s or whatever you're trying to write, keep your eyes open there. Keep yourself in mind for a stink offer. Pull the string on a sell order and try to get more for it. Absolutely. 22.50 right now, I see. 22.40, 22.50. We're watching what this is going to do and how fast it's going to do it. What can I say, kids? It has been a most interesting session today. We have 249 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for that. Appreciate these thumbs ups. You are helping us get found by other viewers who should be following this story. Great to have you here. Thank you for these thumbs ups, you guys. I appreciate this so very much. 22.39, 22.60, 22.58. Looks like we're trying to get through back up here to this mid 22 level. We touched 22.23 for a moment. 22.64. This might be a bit of a dead cat bounce, but it might give you an opportunity, some of you, to write options at a higher strike. Keep your eyes on that. There you have it. 22.58, 22.56 range right at the moment. SoFi 501, HPQ 28.64, the Dow down 198, and ATIP at 69.1 cents. Fascinating morning, fascinating, entertaining day here. We'll be back on at 3 this afternoon for the final hour. I'll be on tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time for Gold Bagel members only. Join me tonight for the whole day's review here. What a day. Unbelievable. Thank you, guys. I'm going to get my little break in now until this afternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll be here for the final hour together to see just where it leads us. Good luck on your writing. Christina missed all the fun today. Some people cannot afford to miss this market with day jobs. Thank you all for being here. Have a great rest of your morning. Keep making the dough, and we'll see you at 1 o'clock this afternoon for our final hour of the day. and we'll see where it leads us. Okay, talk to you soon. See you. Goodbye from Calgary.